then he can actually start being involved. Still, it's been majority of the time 4 versus 5 coming out from PLANETODD. They've been doing a pretty damn good job of keep their lead up.
GH pretty much with the blink complete now. 100 gold and he'll have it.
Now they'll actually have a real way to initiate and start the fights rather than KuroKy walking up and hoping to get a shackle or like a stomp, a lucky stomp for mind control. This will be really good for them to actually have Slaughter with Blink Dagger. Will be able to set up for mind control to get some very good Earth Splitters.
Yeah, a lot of good setup and save now. The Yule's complete on the Elder Titan. Hurricane Pike done on Miracle's OD. There's the jumping Kuro, comes in with the TP, and straight away, Odd just absolutely rip apart this Shaman. Coming in, taking the kill, getting a bit of damage down onto the tier 2. See what Liquid can do to hold. There's the first stomp from mind control. Slowing down the wave. Weehaw still on the sidelines. Could jump in. There is a BKB complete on Matumba, so makes him quite a tricky target to go for. And indeed, Odd not looking to commit behind the tier 2 for now. Will be spotted out there with the spirit movement from mind control. As Weehaw's in the tree line, forces
bottom tower is under attack.
Resolution back there with the threat of the stomp.
Both teams have good ways to defend their towers in that. The Puck Orb, the Firefly, the Wyvern Nuke, and then on the Liquid side it's the Elder Titan Spirit with the Venom Wards. Very obnoxious to push into.
Interesting from Rizzo as well. The Battle Fury Manta and straight up next item being the Assault Cuirass.
Okay. Deal with the Elder Titan Aura. You don't have to worry about it being put to 0.
Is under attack.
Good way to deal with it. It is only the magic one that the magic amplification is from the spirit. Let's leave the Elder Titan standing on top of you to apply that minus physical.
Also nice, I guess, against the corrosive haze from the Slaughter.
Yeah.
Making sure that if he does get caught out by the blink on GH, he still has a bit of a chance to survive through that physical damage.
Helps him a lot also for like the split push and the sieging, because they are, you know, they don't really have the greatest siege up. He's been playing as like this full-out split push, so that'll help him actually pressure towers and even objectives like Roche. But speaking of Roche, it's Liquid. They've got the roster wards, they've got the Slaughter OD. They're committing for it heavily.
We are seeing PLANETODD start to make their way towards the pit though. They've got the big ultimates. Liquid have to be careful. Roshan down to half health. PLANETODD more than happy to fight around here. The wards continue to bring it down. Who's going to make the first jump though? That's the question. Roshan down to less than half. Weehaw with the immediate jump in. Nukes put to a man down low. There'll be the stomp on the high ground, holding back the Batrider. Now Liquid ready to chase forward. Miracle gets the first Astral out, holding Saxa in position. Has the Glimmer Cape. No detection, of course, on the OD, so Saxa will be fine. GH trying to jump up to catch out Weehaw, but quick fingers with the phase shift.
Rezo just continues pushing top during all of this. Takes a tier 2, now continuing on to the tier 3.
Space created indeed here for this anti-mage. Liquid have to do something about this pressure, and already they're having to back away from Roshan. They're unable to complete it. And PLANETODD, again, they just have that extra potential in what they can get done across the map. They can fight us forward, they can have Resolution out doing whatever he wants to, and it's very hard for Liquid to deal with.
Yeah, hard ways to actually catch the anti-mage unless they really the majority of their lineup to do it. They need the Shadow Shaman and the Slaughter, or the Elder Titan. They need some combination of the two disablers.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nonetheless though, PLANETODD themselves, even though they can force Liquid away from the pit, unlikely to decide to themselves then go back in and finish off Roche.
Both teams are very hesitant. Yeah. Liquid, they got Eyes of Resolution with that ward.
This smoke could be perfect if they get a chance to hit, but oh, not quite. GH tries to come in with a blink. Rezo, very quick with his own blink out, and he'll be able to create more than enough space to keep himself back in safety.
KuroKy just a split second from getting that Hex off. Same thing with GH with the Crush. That would have definitely been a dead Resolution, but Rezo with those quick reactions. Split push continues from both Weehaw and Rezo. Earthshaker and Winter Wyvern also just fissure the lane, throw the Splinter Blast, wave is dead. Very quick ways to shove lanes in for Resolution to continue his split push.
Rezo, just about 300 gold, and the Assault Cuirass will be complete. Continue to farm at a very, very commendable rate. 16,000 net worth, 26 minutes in. And bottom lane, GH actually getting the initial crush here onto Weehaw. Does have the orb and the phase shift to get himself away, and with the blink, pretty much impossible for them to chase down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, there's going to be the jump in from Moon, gets the catch onto KuroKy. Shaman out. With one down, they're thinking about going into Roche.
That was Echo committed for that one, but it's the kill's a kill. 20 seconds, no Shadow Shaman, the big disable.
And if they get the Roshan, absolutely worth. Liquid though, they look like they do want to try and stop this.
Coming in.
That's a big stomp and splitter as well. It's going to clip both of them. Oh, Misery actually, no, he got the blink out in time.
They both get the blink out too.
Very close to finding the connection. The timing wasn't quite there for Mind Control.
But they do stop the Roche again.
I'll see if they can catch out Weeha. He's going with the next level plays. Orbs forward and blinks back. Very sweet. They were waiting for him. They were waiting for Weeha post-orb, but he outmined games in there.
Lincoln's going to be the next choice for Miracle to avoid that last line curse. Be pretty needed in this game. Bit of the pace slowed down, just been some constant spells being thrown at each other near the Roche pit. Both teams just very aware of that area. Matuma Man actually doubles back for Shadow Blade to go for that split up as well. Out in the midst of the fray maybe too, because they don't really think that they've been carrying too much of it. I think it's only been Saksa carrying like 1 sentry.
And as we're seeing, you know, Resolution just building in a way that's going to keep him a lot of survivability in these fights. AC straight into the BKB next on the anti-mage.
Oh wow, okay, so he's looking like he wants to get involved in these engagements now. He doesn't want to just full commit to split push anymore. That's a fighting build right there. Could also work for split pushing though, because they only have like one way to actually stop the TP on the BKB. I guess actually two, the bash from the Slardar and the Earth Splitter from the Elder Titan.
Again around the Roche pit. Moon is actually going to jump in on this. There's a lot of backup though for GH on the Slardar as Liquid will surround Moon, looking to punish him for this one. The Fisher comes out, but there's the Winter's Curse. Can they keep Moon alive with the Cold Embrace? They're giving him a bit of a chance. Water drop down, Moon will finally fall. So they get the back kill. No Bat Rider for 45 seconds.
Stuck.
Yeah, he's trapped out. Weeha's going to get the chance to jump in and nuke him down. That's going to be Mind Control gone. Liquid now down to 4 versus 4.
And Rezo continuing that split push top.
Still, the control around the pit's what's important. Matuma Man pops the BKB, trying to move forward, looking for Saksa. But Saksa's already across the tree line. Misery will be the one left behind and taken down as Liquid get themselves a second. But the base is in trouble. Resolution gets the tier 3. And it looks like they were trying to TP back, but I think that was a Yule's cancel there. So the TP won't be there. GH has to make the long walk back. Will throw down it, but oh! The Manta-style juke. Resolution dodges the crush. And off the back of that, he'll clean up the melee racks, jump into the sideline and TP back to safety. Liquid can't catch him and Rezo gets the job done.
And their glyph was 1 second from being up to try to defend that Rax. It literally just came up as it died. Great opportunity seized there by PLANETODD.
Yeah, sweet little plays from Rezo, great plays from the team around in terms of cancelling TPs.
Mind Control getting stuck, just every little thing adding up there for Rezo to get that split push. That's a big lead going there for them. They're going to have a lot of momentum swinging toward that top lane constantly, which gives up. It's going to not only force the top lane, but then it allows Resolution now to play on the bottom side while leaving the Roche exposed. Rezo is doing an excellent job this game of putting that side lane pressure. 2-0 and 3, 400 CS on this enemy. Team, I mean, it's him doing the split push, but it's his team making the space for him. They've been doing
absolutely.
The way that they've been fighting with only 4 heroes is very damn impressive. Looks like Matumba in the mid lane might be the culprit. Misery set up.
Yeah, we are actually going for the TP out, trying to help out mid, but the cancel will be there from Miracle. Matumba does get off the poison over. In fact, with the Shadow Blade, he's going to get himself back out to the safety by the looks of it. He can back off. He'll survive for the time being. Kuroki and Miracle continuing to try and play around with Weeha, who'll drop the Dream Coil. Only gets the connection onto the Shaman. And now, with the self-fuels, continuing trying to play out of it, but quick with the Hex. Kuroki gets the catch, but it doesn't matter. Saksa's there with the Glimmer Cape and the Winter's Curse. Holds back the Shaman. Miracle turning against his own captain as Kuroki gets beaten down by the OD. Misery jumps forward, cancels the TP there on Mind Control's Elder Titan to secure a second for PLANETODD. And PLANETODD getting the 2 kills, again playing perfectly as a team, saving one another and turning it around for some violence that they love. Getting the action, opening up the space to finally themselves go into the Roche pit, and they'll get this with no trouble at all from Liquid.
20,000 net worth anti-mage with the Aegis. That is very troublesome for Liquid. The gold lead now almost hitting 10k mark, and Mind Control has pretty much like stagnated. He's kind of like a glorified support in a way now as this Elder Titan, unable to really be like a tanky frontline or anything because he went for like the Yules and now he went for the Medallion build. know what he wanted to be doing this game, but they've just been able to catch him out over and over again with their blink and initiation and just so many different ways of having that team fight for PLANETODD.
Ready to go down mid now, PLANETODD. With that Aegis in their hands.
Dire's
Take the tier 2,
has fallen.
but do have the full 5-man back up. And see no intention to go aggressive into that anti-mage and his Aegis. Have to respect resolution. Level 23.
Gonna have Basher soon too, right after that Aegis
Dire's
expires.
bottom tower is
Maybe
under
something
attack.
else. Now Saksa has the Blink Dagger finished up on
Dire's
top of
bottom tower
the Glimmer,
has
so
fallen.
he's got his own way of initiating too. So now PLANETODD actually has like, so many different ways to start or like counter-initiate the fight. It's absurd.
Mass smoke up. Moon, he wants to dive onto the high ground. Try and get a grab. See if he goes in for it. Smoked up and poised to jump. There's the stomp coming out from Mind Control as he looks to clear out this wave that's pushing in on the bottom. Resolution comes into show. There's the Fissure clipping onto Miracle, just spamming the wave back in, forcing the pressure up to the high ground. And they'll back off PLANETODD. Turn towards the easier objectives, take down the shrines, and look to maintain this map control and keep LIUQID just standing on the high ground and feeling very scared about coming out of their base.
Yeah, now they're going to start keeping them suffocated for a while with this Aegis, and that's where PLANETODD's going to surge pretty far ahead, and not only the net worth, but also take a look at that experience. They're about 10,000 ahead on LIUQID too. So those supports being level 15 on both of them, Puck 8 and Batrider 15. While on the side of LIUQID you see the 3 level 12s, the Elder Titan, Shadow Shaman, and the Slardar.
And what is it that LIUQID are waiting for? Is there any sort of item that they're close to that could really, really set them up for a stronger team fight? Because as we're seeing at the moment, countlessly, Matuma-man's having to pop Poison over as he dies. He's never really been able to get into that perfect position to kick things off. It's always sort of a last ditch. You know, I'm on my way out, I might as well drop my ult. They just can't find the perfect fight. In fact, Miracle, he's been caught outside of the base there. Straight up Echo Slam being dropped. Will self-astral himself. But PLANETODD surround him. Can LIUQID actually get him out? Ooh, good blink. Very good blink indeed, straight out of the Astral. Will keep him safe. And they will save Miracles. They force him back up to the high ground.
I don't know what specifically LIUQID actually can be waiting for. I think the Hex is one of the big ones for Miracle that can help a lot, but other than that, the other heroes aren't really getting items that are going to influence the fights too much. And it's really tough because a lot of the all the initiation is up to GH.
Oh, and in fact, there's the jump in. The Winter's Curse down. Onto Kuroki again, the team turning against him. Misery with a follow-up, jumps in with the Enchant Tone, and that's going to be 2 down, make that 3. Slardar to pull, Matuma-man holds the BKB, tries to turn towards Resolution with the help of Miracle. They're bringing the anti-mage down low, but he will survive, blinks up to the high ground. Manages to keep that Aegis alive for now. He is ticking over the poison, and in fact, it will be enough to pop him once. LIUQID, they're 3 men down, and only being able to pop the Resolution anti-mage Aegis to show for it. And Odd are ready to go back in on the high ground for the siege. Moon jumps in, he's caught out Matuma-man as well, dragging the Venom back. And with a Mana Void from Rezo, that's going to be Matuma-man down for 60 seconds. He does have buyback available. May need to use it. He is going to have the rest of his teammates alive now. Tier 3 starts to fall. Miracle jumps in with the Astral. They need something big here. They do have the rest of the ults. They don't have Poison Nova. But their presence at the least will force PLANETODD back. Not looking to throw this one away, playing it safe, knowing they have a comfortable lead.
Yeah, getting now. They also finished up that top range rack, so big chunk of gold going for everybody. LIUQID's looking to just be in so much trouble from all the synergy coming out from PLANETODD's actual like team lineup. Just there's so much that they can really do. They can start up with a Winter Curse and follow up with a Coil, and then follow up with the Echo Slam, etc. It just seems a lot more easier to execute for them than LIUQID. LIUQID needs like everything to go perfect in these fights for them to actually do anything.
'Tis mine.
20,000 gold lead will do that though.
I think Matuma, Resolution as well pretty much has that Abyssal play complete.
Yep. It's actually being delivered right now. It is being delivered, the full Abyssal.
36 minutes in, 27,000 net worth. I feel like I'll be surprised if we see the anti-mage get through again in this finals. As Resolution, we know that he can do this. If they find the right game to pick it and slip it through the draft, he goes absolutely ham. Hasn't died a single time. They're just so good as a team with utilizing the Resolution anti-mage.
So good at making the space for him, yeah, and just identifying what they need to do, like what his goal in the game is. If Veno comes bottom, you go top. You never want to fight Rezo. That is you. You don't fight until you've got your Manta, you've got your Battle Fury +1.
Miracle needs that X. He's still about 2k gold away. Some amount off the back of that buyback, still pretty far from any sort of major item. Has the Crystallis, looking for the Bloodthorn, but it's still a long way away. Liquid have got to continue to hold somehow, and already top lane, Resolution just jumps in aggressively, looks for Kuro. There will be a defensive Astral. Buying some time for the Shaman. Blinking from GH, gets the crush onto Saxa, but Saxa gets the Cold Embrace out in time. They do have the Shackle though, onto the anti-mage, but the BKB comes out. He's able to blink himself away. Winter's Curse again, holds back the side of Liquid. They do kill Saxa. Saxa's play, making sure the rest of PLANETODD can get themselves out of there. Meanwhile, down bottom, we are looking for a bit of a split push pressure, bringing the melee racks down low. Liquid will push him back just in time. Misery thinking about going back in, does have the blink and the echo ready. If he sees a chance, looks like they'll disengage. With one man down, Odd again opting to play it safe.
They're pretty close to bringing down Rezo there. If Kuro had more levels, if he wasn't so underleveled, he would have actually been able to get him down. He had the max shackles, but being only level 13, that's the point of the game, that'll happen. Just because of how dominant PLANETODD has been in this one.
Yeah, Kuroki just looking for a BKB next, knowing that whatever happens, he needs to be able to hold Rezo in place.
Yeah, he is the big form of lockdown. GH isn't able to really get good crushes off in this game because of how much little poke and prod that PLANETODD has.
Miracle's coming out pretty far here. There's the jump in. They'll pop the Lincolns, find the follow-up. Lasso Miracle dragged back into the clutches of Rezo. OD down.
So close to the Hex as well. Now he's going to be forced to fight back. They don't have any way of defending without him.
They really don't. They need that OD. He is their major damage output at this stage of the game. 22,000 net worth lead for PLANETODD.
Waiting for the other side lanes to push in before they make their way onto that high ground. Here we go, top starting to push in, and now Rezo makes his way up.
Yeah, I'm not going to connect there from Matumba. Rezo waltzes in, waltzes out, back in he goes. Saxa coming in from the tree line, looking to utilize the stomp from Microshot to hold Rezo back, but it won't connect, and Rezo cleans up the melee racks, jumps across onto GH, who just gets absolutely splattered there by the side. Two buybacks coming out for Liquid, they're trying to turn. Defensive Astral, they're keeping Kuro alive, Miracle moving forward, but Resolution with the BKB can't be held in place. He'll get himself out. And Liquid, they're slowly losing more and more. The net worth lead continues for PLANETODD as these buybacks get forced out.
Double buyback, and they claim the racks. Starting to look pretty damn impossible for Liquid to come back in this one.
One racks left to go for PLANETODD. And of course, I mean, if they do get those megas, Liquid's lineup is just not a lineup that can deal with mega creeps at all.
No, they don't have great ways of pushing lanes out whatsoever. The Veno wards can't handle that at that point. Shadow Shaman Nuke doesn't do anything. OD doesn't have great ways to push lanes out like that. And yeah, it'll definitely be impossible for them. Their wave clear is quite minimal.
Illusion.
Odd continuing to force all the lanes in. Probably going to go for that next Roche before they clean out the game, since it is spawned up. I think Rezo is pitching up another item. Oh, I have Scotty, okay. It's the whole thing, you know?
40 minutes in, the farm just doesn't stop.
Great pickup, getting that stats versus OD is always very important, so you don't get chunked down by that.
What does he swap out for? I mean, there's going to be an Aegis that he potentially wants to be holding as well. And he's going to put the treads in his backpack.
And the BKB, so when he respawns, he can swap both in.
Okay. And indeed, no way that Liquid can even think about coming out for this one. And absolutely free Roshan for PLANETODD. There we have it once again, Rezo with the Aegis. Pass over the cheese to Moon. And they are ready to go try and look for the finishing blow down the middle lane. What can Liquid do to stop it? If anything, Misery shadowbladed up. They're ready for the jump. So many ways that Odd can start a fight. Resolution just blinks up straight away, hammering into the tier 3. I mean, look at it drop. Liquid unable to do much at all. They will throw down the stop.
Dire's
Lucia
bottom
blinking back.
barracks are under attack.
GH has like no opportunities to really make an initiation. He wants to go in, but he's like, if I blink and I crush, I'm just gonna get lasted, or someone else is gonna get lasted, and then coil. More. Coil.
Forces out just in time before the coil can have a chance to connect. There's the jump in. The Fisher. Miracle still playing very boldly as he moves in and starts to rack up the intel. There's the jump forward with the silence from Wii.
Any type of harassment hits right now for Miracle are absolutely crucial since he's got level 25, that plus Arcane Orb Steel. If he's able to actually just poke and poke until he has enough int, they may actually be able to take a fight with that if he has an enormous amount. It's still extremely difficult / near impossible.
There's the jump in actually from Rezo, goes immediately onto Matuma. Matuma in trouble. There's the Hex from Kuro, holding back. Miracle on the outer there with Resolution getting nuked down. Miracle as well, chasing forward to get the BKB off before the lasso. Goes for Moon. Moon swallows the cheese. Miracle starting to rack up the intel. The Glimmer Cape from Saxa keeping Moon alive. Weehaw will end up finishing off the kill onto Kuro. Kuro the only one to fall as of yet. They did pop the Aegis on Rezo's anti-mage. Miracle, he's got a fair bit of intel stacked up, 60 at the moment, has got the Sanity's clips available. The Yules will be there. Resolution looking to move in with the bashes. Miracle falling low, but he gets the Astral out off the main AM, but there's the burst. Weehaw jumps in, that's going to be Miracle down. He does not have buyback available. The rest of LIUQID trying to retreat, but PLANETODD, they're moving in, they're surrounding Matuma, man. That's going to be a 4th down as GG is called, and PLANETODD take the second game as well. 2-0 in this grand final so far for them. Smiles all around for the team, and that game too, they're going to be pretty.
This is Oscar Oracle. This is broken. This is why people ban it. So let's go for Team LIUQID.
So game 4. What do you think?
Yeah, it's Matuma man liking. I'm kind of leaning towards LIUQID. Yeah, LIUQID.
You Ben?
I don't like the Huskar here
10
so much.
seconds
I also don't like
remaining.
AM here. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for LIUQID.
You know, with LIUQID,
No, don't do this.
5
I'm thinking odd,
seconds
so I'll be the one to
remaining.
change things up if anyone cares. Let's go ahead and throw things over now to what potentially could be the last game. We'll have to see. Sending it now to OD and Fog.
Thank you very much, Cottle Guy. And indeed, Game 3, LIUQID's life on the line here, bringing out the Huskar Oracle strats. What are we thinking, Bob? The panel seem to love it. Are you a fan of it here?
I think it's pretty hard to beat when you get a 4th and 5th last pick Huskar Oracle, and when you have like an anti-mage, and the other 4, you look at like Rubik's Spirit Breaker, Legion Commander, and Alina. Don't know if they're going to be able to fight at this like this 4v5 and be able to stall out long enough,
Prepare
because
for battle.
LIUQID can gather up and actually just pressure and take out buildings fast enough before Resolution is able to get online in that complete split push faction. So yeah, I'm probably leaning on LIUQID as well.
All about whether this goes late or not. It really is, you know. If this does end up being a free farm anti-mage game,
Saxa.
potential first blood setup here. They've got the Fisher as well. Moving Matuma man in.
He's
Up
blocking.
in the high, yeah, the Fisher's on point. Saxa's blocked in. That'll be your first blood. Kuro takes it. Catching the Rubik out. LIUQID with a great start to the game. See Odd try and use this opportunity to try and steal the bottom map bounty route if they can, but still with 30 seconds until the bell tolls. LIUQID can
30
get back down there
seconds
to
to
hold
battle.
control of that area as well.
We got another mid ward coming out for a team like, or this time they actually, okay, this time LIUQID actually has the ward. For the most part, it seems like Odd has been having the advantage in the mid ward. Already the matchup so far. Weehaw always seems to have that one. Let's see what Weehaw can do. I mean, he's been playing incredibly well in this series. He like kicked it up massively, looking back to be in his old shape from what we used to, the old Weehaw used to love and say. More aggression coming out into Misery.
Tis mine.
Away from the rune.
Just harassing back the breaker. That Grave Chill as well. Gonna be able to do a fair bit to him, bringing it down to half health. Misery still yet to skill.
This is where the lanes are a little weird because of the draft that they actually ended up having. It's Lycan mid versus Alina.
Okay.
So definitely can suffer quite a lot versus that heavy nuke and that massive range. Lycan should not be able to. I mean, you're gonna farm, but not too well.
Is this just because you don't want the Huskar to have to deal with the Lina? What are you trying to open up in terms of possibilities with this move with Matuma man to the mid?
I mean, when you pick a
You've been
Huskar, the
burned.
game is about the Huskar. So putting him in the safe lane, having him the free farm is much more important than having like contested farm, which is what would happen from that middle lane.
Top lane, mind control, out of mana as he gets dragged out of position. Rezo gets the punches through. Bottom lane, Moon trying to trade hits with GH. A couple of spears on him though. Moon starting to fall a little low. Continuing to man up, trading a little somewhat favorably until now, but with the Grave Chill, Moon has to be careful. He's got to respect the potential for Miracle to come in and start to really force him out of the lane there with the Burning Spears.
The Blightstone on GH for the starting item to help the zone out a bit. Really helping.
Coming forward again with that Grave Chill. I mean, Moon, he's going to fall very low. In fact,
Gonna be fine with Stout Shield.
incredibly close there. Does
Meanwhile,
have to be careful.
This fun little battle in the jungle that's been happening for about a minute long so far. Kuroki versus Misery. Kuroki with boots, able to outdistance Misery non-stop.
And I guess this is good for Liquid, but just limiting what Misery can do in terms of
Lina,
making a play at level 1 with the Breaker.
Yeah. Kuro
Keeping
chases
full eyes
all
on
the way out.
Yeah.
And they put a ward to watch whenever Legion Commander does go to the jungle. Respect to that, so they'll know. Or whenever the rotation comes out from the Spirit Breaker. It's kind of a double usage ward to watch the charge and the jungle. Kuroki getting charged up mid for Misery, but stop getting into the tower range.
Of course, with these lanes though as well, it is going to be another game where in the early laning stage, Rezo's anti-mage is going to be entirely uncontested as it seems. He is going to get that free farm to begin with. Middle lane, Kuro actually gets taken down there. Weeha finding the chance to nuke him down, find the kill. Kuro underestimating the range there, the Lina.
Attack range.
This will do.
And I like that PLANETODD emphasized on putting a deep ward in the bottom jungle to block the pull, because Visage is a hero that needs to pull and get levels. Misery getting chased down a bit by Kuroki in Mind Control.
Does have the charge, but Mind Control, of course, has got a Fissure available.
He's really tanky too. This is a very tough kill for them to try to get between the two of them, even with the Fissure.
I mean, at the least,
That's a lot of body blocks.
certainly causing issues. I mean, this is, as we say, making it very hard for Misery to get much done across the map.
Yeah.
But I guess on the other side, you can look at his Misery, drawing the attention of two of the heroes of Liquid away from the lanes. But that doesn't seem to be an issue in terms of farm. Bottom lane, Miracle doing more than fine. But the same to be said, of course, for Rezo up on top. Doesn't pretty much bang on with the CS.
All gotta come down to is can they handle the Huskar when he gets that arm? Like, can they handle when they group up with the Oracle and the Husk? Matu getting heavily harassed in the middle lane, but his last hitting is not too shabby. 18-0 to 20-3. Having to bring a couple extra regen out because you're not a hero that really typically goes bottle as a Lycan. So he's brought a couple salves, so he does have a good chunk of last hits, but his net worth is a good amount lower than Weeha.
Yeah, because of that kill.
Yeah.
On Sakura. And as we can see it with the Dragon Slay,
Radiant's middle tower is under
being
attack.
forced back. The wave's pushing in, farming pretty safely underneath that tier 1.
Oh my goodness, almost dies to that Dragon Slave. The scary thing is too that Weeha's gonna be able to pressure this tower and take it very early at this rate versus Matu. There's no way that he can force him off of it at all. Kuroki actually is gonna have to start rotating in, but Kuro's only level 1.
Weeha did head over, see if we can find some action on Sakura. There will be a charge coming in towards Matumba Man. Looks like Misery does want to commit with the wave pushing in. Does have to back up. They will get the root off underneath the range of the tower. Now seeing Misery taking quite a bit of damage in return. Weeha's going to move forward, looking for Kuro, but a Fissure from Mind Control as he comes in with a rotation. Could set up for some kills for Liquid. They'll get Misery at least. May even get more. GH is coming as well. Looks for the Grave Chill. Does get it off. Light Strike holds back the Visage. But Liquid move up to the high ground. No Shrine yet, of course. Still 20 seconds before it's available. And Liquid clean up both kills.
Whew. Misery maybe with a little bit of a overzealous charge under the tower there with the big 3 or 4 hero rotation coming out from Liquid, but they didn't see those heroes rotating in, so he wanted to try to go for that type of kill, and they get punished heavily. Now Matu's ahead of the Lina in the middle lane.
Look at that stat as well for Miracle's Huskar. 84% win rate in pro games.
Disgusting Huskar players.
Indeed, all things so far setting up to be the star that he needs.
Yeah.
But as you said, it's all about how well Liquid can use this early game to get that lead in the mid game, try and shut down the map, make sure that Rezo doesn't continue to get his farm. Because at the moment, Rezo is absolutely on track to get a very respectable Treads Battle Fury time.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's all about can they close the game out before that anti-mage becomes an issue. But also, there's the thing is the Oracle Huskar is... It's absolutely absurd with its potential, how much you can actually survive with it, but it's not just him. We have to remember, there is also the Lycan in the game, so they do have that kind of backup as well. And heavy amounts of teamfight and lockdown coming in from the Earthshaker.
Charge again, looking towards the mid, but Matumba does have backup on the sidelines. Kuro's there. In look towards Weehaw for initiation. They have the route. Weehaw a little too speedy. He gets himself back up to the high ground of his side, so they won't continue to chase. Meanwhile, Saxa actually playing around with mind control. Mind control, trying to juke it out. Can go for a Mango Fisher play if he feels the need to do so. Continues to juke it around the tree, and Enchant Tome could be enough here as he pops it down, gets the proc with the passive. Matumbaman's able to chase down with the ultimate, and Liquid get themselves another. Once again, Liquid not afraid to send mass heroes in reaction to secure the kills and punish Odd each time they come over to Liquid's half of the map.
Yeah, good jukes through the trees there by mind control. How's Moon been doing? He's taking item, he's been jungling for a bit. Just Iron Talon level 5, so his levels are pretty good, a little bit better than mind control.
Miracle with his farm, of course, already going to become an issue with this incredibly fast armlet pickup.
Let the aggression begin. Dumps on Moon.
Yeah, he should get this one as well. A couple of spears and Moon almost certainly going to tick out. He'll try and turn. Here we have Miracle. Can the armlet toggle save him? A lot of hate being thrown his way as Weehaw Misery come in. The Laguna Blade will get it. The nuke's too much. They'll take Miracle. They get anything more. Saxa's come in, trying to close the gap onto the Visage, but won't quite be quick enough. But a very, very needed and big kill there for PLANETODD, getting the kill onto Miracle.
Yeah, great reaction. They have to make sure that when those dives do come out, they get the kills on the Huskar, especially in the early game, because early levels, the magic resistance isn't as absurd. You know, it's only 30% at maximum resistance. That's only at 10%, so yeah, the Laguna Blade is a great way to deal with him before he gets that max passive.
Eyeing a potential to go for Saxa. Jump forward from Miracle already. The spears start to stack up. No escape for the Rubik, as Liquid will get another freebie down in this bottom lane. This time, not needing to dive at all, as Saxa was looking to just try and pick up some solo XP on that road to the level 6.
Exactly, yeah. They're trying to just leave Rezo alone. They're like, alright, it's the red. Exactly, yeah. They're trying to just leave Rezo alone. They're like, alright, it's the red. It's gonna be the anti-mage show for this game to deal with the Huskar to the later stage, so give him a max amount of experience in that top lane, give him full free farm, and try to make plays around the map.
Yes.
Spirit Breaker level 3, Saxa level 4. How are the other supports looking at? Got level 3 Kuroki and 5 on GH.
Now we are going to see Misery try to have a bit of a go onto GH. Weeha's there as well with the presence, lands the Light Strike along with the Laguna Blade. That'll be an easy kill.
That's a level 5 Visage too. Good chunk of experience going toward Lina and Misery. Misery really needs that experience.
Maybe Misery's Miracle thinking he can get something onto Misery, but Misery quick with the TP out. No way to hold him back as he gets himself out of the clutches of Kuro and Miracle.
You know, that is the scary thing too. Like, we're mentioning, you know, the Huskar show, the Huskar game, etc. But the anti-mage can actually do a lot to this game because there's only like 2 forms of lockdown. It's the Earthshaker and the Familiar.
Gonna make it.
The right clicks.
Goes for pretty much his best option there, trying to TP out, but indeed, one right click too many. Gets the kill. Top lane, Saxa and Misery trying to close the gap onto mind control, but couldn't quite get in range for the telekinesis setup. Once again, getting away, as we could see in this laning stage, 9 minutes in. We're taking the lead 7 for free. But Rezo and Weehaw still getting all the farm in the world, on par with that of Miracle and Matumbaman. See what the next rotation is, and really the plan's going to be for them. They are going to have to look to start to do something soon about that anti-mage.
It's tough for them to kill him.
I mean, that's the absolutely. They need mass lockdown. Once they've got the familiars, definitely the chance there. A good Fisher into the familiar stuns should be more than enough time for Miracle to get the damage stacking up with the burning spears to kill the anti-mage.
Yeah, once they get their levels up on the Oracle, once he's 6 and once they, like, everybody else has their 6s pretty much, that's when Liquid can actually look to start doing, you know, what they want to do with the Huskars, group up and go for that push.
Up for the high ground, and we'll get the telekinesis onto Matumbaman. Still gets the ult off, looking to chase down, trying to go for the easier kill. There's the drive-by charge from Misery, holding Matumbaman down back for a little bit. Saxa will try to deny himself to the entrance. It's not going to be successful. Echo Slam comes out from mind control into the Fisher, setting up for kills in the backline as Matuma tries to chase down Weehaw. Light Strike will hold back the Wolf. The ult will finish. But overall, 2-for-1 trade, favoring that of Liquid. Mind control, continuing to chase down Moon. With a stick charge and Fisher off cooldown in a couple of seconds, that'll do it. Finishes off the Legion as well. Liquid taking the favorable trade. Now potentially in position to push down middle lane.
They've got this one online. Perfect timing for them to siege the tower, but Flip is up and Weehaw's in position. Nice. That was a good rotation from Mind Control there to set up for that Echo Slam and the Fissure.
And look at this up top. Resolution trying to man up. Does have to be careful. The root will be there along with the TP from Mind Control.
Is under attack.
Won't have quite enough lockdown or damage though to deal with him. As the blink out's there, the rest of Liquid unable to head over and join the fight. More focused on pushing down mid, but Miracle it's toyed around a little bit. The charge will come in, but are we held off as they do respect the potential, and now Miracle just jumps forward. They've got Familiars as well to control mood. And Miracle picks up another. The team enabling him very nicely. As 11 minutes in, he's picked up 5 kills. And he's starting to get that lead that he requires to take control at this stage of the game.
Level 6 is online. Siege the buildings.
Not this time.
Need to take down as many tier 1s as possible so they can know wherever Resolution is farming so they get a bunch.
They've just found more as well. Oh. As Misery just gets spotted out in the tree line, has to be careful how close he comes with the vision from these Familiars.
Supports on the side of Odd are really suffering right now. 4 deaths on Soxa, 3 on Misery. Every time they're seen, they just get killed by this super farmed Huskar. 3k gold lead. Siege continues. Oracle staying behind, level 6 online.
Again, charges there, but almost certainly going to be cancelled as Odd cannot fight like that into the Miracle Huskar.
Yeah, and not when Weehaw is low mana. Weehaw is their pretty much all their damage in this game for this next, actually for quite a while until anti-mage starts getting light, because Legion Commander does not have pretty much like any farm.
Look at this wrap around here. Miracle, he's hunting. He's into the tree line. He knows that Odd like to hang around in this position. The Familiars once again spotting out Moon. Jump forward straight away from the Huskar. Miracle claims 1 life and now potentially looking for more. Misery forced back.
Now Matu on the chase for Wee.
He's trying to go for it. Misery will hold him back with the charge. Light Strike catches out the wolves, but it won't catch the big old daddy dog as Matuma Man chases forward up into the base of PLANETODD, takes down 1, and he's not done yet. Looks towards Misery. The Familiar stuns, holding Misery away from the shrine. He turns, gets the charge off. That will give him the time to activate the shrine, and Misery will survive with that quick charge back play.
Their 4 heroes aren't able to stand toe-to-toe versus Liquid right now when they're online. Rezo is trying to get the farm up. Mind Control is in position though to go for some type of play here. The big creep wave, but
it's very close to having the Blink Dagger as well.
Yeah.
If they start to take some towers and kills like this, it's going to be even closer. Moon just gets jumped on immediately. The plan is coming together for Liquid. This Huskar lineup hitting its momentum and starting to work exactly as they planned. 13 minutes in, 16 for 4, 5k net worth lead, and it's only going to be greater with the push coming in from Liquid. The strats might not have worked out in Game 1 and Game 2, but Kuroi's turned up with a lineup here in Game 3 that seems very hard for PlanetOdd's team to match up against.
Mind Control now, first showing of the Blink Dagger.
Jumps in, no messing. Yeah, dropping the Echo for that, but it's keeping this flow going for Liquid. They'll take the tier 2.
They're doing the aggression that they need to do with their lineup. They're not hesitating whatsoever, not letting Resolution get online. He's almost got the Battle Fury finished, but they're already starting to suffer and hemorrhage way too many kills. 17 to 4. Everybody is dying except for pretty much like Weehaw and Rezo. Wee's died a couple, but yeah, it's the supports and Moon that are 0-4 on Misery, 0-5 on Sux, and 0-6 on Moon. They're just getting ran at and they're unable to contest like the 3 or 4 heroes that Liquid brings in with their 3 or 4 heroes.
Dire's top tower is under
Jungle
attack.
as well, Mind Control. He's going to find Saxa, just blink away, doesn't want to try and play around with him on his own. Knows that there's potential backup for PlanetOddD, and indeed PlanetOddD setting most of their resources down bottom. So Liquid will have the space up top to claim another tower.
Dire's top tower
more money into the pocket of Miracle as he sits comfortably at the top of the net worth board alongside Matuma Man's LIUQID. 7,500 net worth lead for the side of Liquid. PlanetOddD themselves trying to take objectives in return. They'll find the tier 1 down bottom, continuing to head towards that tier 2. They've almost certainly got to head back as Liquid, they are just claiming tower after tower. 15 minutes in, the top and the middle lane cleared out in terms of tier 1s and tier 2s.
Odd has fully recognized there. There's nothing we can't fight. We can't fight the 4v5. We can't fight the 4v4. Our heroes are just not able to do so at all. So it's recovery time, and it's time to try to take it to the late game. Misery even queues up Midas. They're ready to try to take it to that stage, and that's the only way that they can actually come back in this one, is they can take it just very, very late. Everyone is so shut down. Moon, supports, etc.
This would be massive for Liquid as well. Heading into Roshan, they can grab this Aegis and have this potential to threaten high ground at this early stage of the game. It's going to be absolutely perfect for them. can PLANETODD do anything about this? They're not in the neighborhood. This Roshan is just going to go down too damn quick with the damage that Matumba Man and Miracle can offer at this stage of the game. And they'll grab it. Aegis in hand. LIUQID are ready to go for more. And PLANETODD, as we saw, they wanted to avoid them. And they're still going to want to, but they're going to have to react to these pushes that LIUQID are going to come in.
Yeah, LIUQID's going to go for high ground here.
Under attack.
Go time. Get the top lane in, get the mid lane in, bottom lane. Maybe they don't even care about the tier 2. Maybe they just go with their own plan.
Completed Halberd on Miracle. I mean, this Huskar is such a damn threat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
How do you kill him? A well-timed Laguna Blade could do it, but with the backup from Kuroki, it's going to be so damn... GH as well, he's got a completed Solar Crest.
It's looking grim.
So evasion upon evasion. How can they stop this Huskar?
It's looking very grim for us.
And Miracle may just jump in and fight. He's going to be held back by the first telekinesis. There'll be the save onto Weeha from Moon, trying to get him out of position. There's the Nether Strike back into the Light Strike array. But indeed, he's just drawing the attention away so the rest of LIUQID can claim the tier 3. Now they'll look towards the racks. Miracle just jumping in, moving towards the fountain as he forces PLANETODD back. Mind control, in with the Echo. The stun lock onto 2. LIUQID get themselves 2 kills, maybe even more. Moon trying to hide in the trees, but they're spotting him out as well. It's a third down. At the same time though, down bottom, Resolution looking for the split push. There'll be a buyback from Moon, but it really is the base of PLANETODD that's looking in a much dire position. Moon, let's have Saxa jumping on from Miracle. Saxa does have the stolen jump, brings Miracle down low, but with these armlet toggles and the regen, he's keeping himself alive. Rezo unable to even find the tier 3. He's got to head back or do something. But what can he do about this? I mean, LIUQID, they're cleaning up a second set of racks just 17 minutes in. Misery calls GG well played. It's all over. The Huskar strats from LIUQID too strong as they bring the series to a 2-1. PLANETODD still with the lead, but could this be the start of LIUQID coming back and making that climb off the back foot of
4.
What is that?
Dude, that sounds
Straight ancient camp? I don't...
Misery's a greedy player, though. I'm sure he's taking the 4 here. He's got to, right?
Yeah. Let's say some predictions. I know we're already bewildered by this, but what do you guys think?
So you got a major push team coming with PLANETODD. You got Nature's Prophet, you got Troll Warlord, and you got Shadow Shaman. But then you got Tidehunter. So I'm going to have to go with Team LIUQID. I like the Necro.
Think we're going to a game 5? All right, Cap.
What's he gonna do? Is he just gonna like zone out a hero? Just like, you can't fight me, I have Anchor Smash?
Don't look to me for answers about support time.
I like the Team LIUQID lineup.
Maybe Misery will
10
swim
seconds
backstrokes around in the lane.
Demoralize
taunt
the
them
enemy?
to death. Yes,
5
demoralize.
seconds
I
remaining.
don't even. Just skip. Pass.
Fair enough.
Second pass.
Maybe we'll see something that's new meta. Maybe we won't. We'll find out. Let's see if we're going to be going to a game 5 or if PLANETODD are going to be taking the win here. Let's send it over to our casters right now. Odie and Fog, take it away.
Thank you very much, Cold Guy. And indeed, well, we're straight into the game. No messing around here. PLANETODD versus LIUQID. We've heard the panel's opinions. Not a lot of belief and trust in the support Tidehunter. Do you agree, Fogged, or do you feel the Misery? He's got something up his sleeve there.
So this is going to be, this is a little, it's on topic, but, this is talking in the past. So back on Navi US, Brax, my captain, who's picking for me, he loved picking the Tidehunter, and I actually played this for Tidehunter a lot. It was miserable.
It's not, you know.
However,
okay.
It's gotten changed with the Gush mana cost, so we can actually use Gush and be like this roaming kind of like zoner and play maybe with the Nature's Prophet and try to pressure the safe lane. So we'll see what he's able to do. And I think the PLANETODD has a lineup where they need to end the game pretty early on with this troll. They have a pretty all-in kind of thing too, and to just pressure, and push with the Nature's Prophet and with Tidehunter in the front lines.
To battle.
And could work, but it's a bizarre one. That's for certain. But yeah, playing that Tidehunter used to feel really bad. Not sure about now. Maybe a little bit better, but still doesn't seem like it's most ideal.
Yeah, I mean, certainly just from a standpoint in terms of looking at these drafts and regarding the knowledge that we have from just general competitive games, overall you've just got to feel that LIUQID is just the safer draft. And in terms of picks as well, the Nyx Assassin pickup, as talked about by the panel, seems very strong this season.
Yeah, and GH is on one of his signature heroes that I've seen him pretty much like never lose on. The Earthshaker, the Coddle, and the Io are the big 3 for me for GH that just, he always has a really damn good game on them.
Definitely one thing to talk about as well is the fact that we do have the Nyx, of course, in the offlane position. It feels like more often than not recently, it's more more likely to be put towards the support role? I mean, is it just because of the fact that the hero itself is so strong against that of PLANETODD, you want to give that hero that core role on the offlane?
Yeah, it's in comparison to the Shaker in this game. He's able to actually pressure the lanes a little bit better with Shaker. Nyx is just going to be like, if it was a Nyx support, he's just kind of running between the lanes and he can't really help too much. So this is the better lane for this. And Mind Control plays, he does play both, but GH is their Shaker's like his big signature one. They fissure blocked mid lane to get Matu a double wave at the start.
And at the moment, of course, PLANETODD running these dual lanes, so it looks like the decision from Misery to put his presence up top and really try and slow down Miracle's farm at the start. Kuro coming in to trade a little bit, but as we're seeing, I mean, the gush and then the chase down, it really adds up with the Treants and the right click for the Nature's Prophet. Kuro falls very low. There's the Fissure, only connects onto Misery. Sorry, onto Moon, but Misery, he turns towards Miracle. And, I mean, we're seeing it there. The gush, the armor reduction, and then the punches, it can very easily zone some of these heroes out of the lanes. It's
pretty good now, because it used to be like 120 mana, and you used to only have like a 180-something mana pool, because, you know, everybody got the 50 mana a couple patches ago, a lot of patches ago. So now he actually is able to spam the gush in pretty decent manners. Maybe it'll work now for them.
As we can see so far with this opening, because of the presence of the two of them up there, only 2 CS on Miracle. He's certainly feeling the pressure, feeling the heat that PLANETODD are putting on this top lane.
Yeah, they're putting pressure, and they know that the Earthshaker, Rubik, and AM, they don't want to have the 3 heroes up there at all times. They need to be able to move the heroes around so they can split the experience, and so the anti-mage can get to high levels. Gives a little bit more to the Nyx Assassin, though. That's what happens when you do these type of dual lanes. So Mind Control is able to get a little bit more. Rezo going for the Orb of Venom build on the Troll to at least help zone out the Nyx, while Shadow Shaman does the pull and tries to get that much experience.
Under attack.
Mid lane, CS-wise, looks to be pretty close between Weeha and Matuma Man. Matuma with a slight edge, but definitely even trading at the moment. Until those level 6s come online, very unlikely that either of these are able to find a kill potential without a rotation or 2 coming through.
Yeah.
We do see GH back in the middle, picks up an Arcane Rune, ready to spam out a few fissures, keep the heat on for Weeha.
Secondary null comes out for Matu, so its last hitting for him is going to become a lot easier, so he should be able to pull a bit ahead. Weeha getting the bottle delivered, so more spam. But the base damage is much closer now. Well, Puck usually has a little bit of a lead now. Necrolite does. And continue the pressure on Kuroki top with these gushes.
Does grab the Treant, throws it down to get that stun to try and hold back.
Moon's got boots, TPing in.
There we do, trying to cut off Kuroki. Kuroki look for the Dukes down south, but we're seeing these right clicks from Moon go to work. First blood in this top lane, and I've got to say, so far, the Misery Tidehunter's presence and pressure, it's working out.
Doing it. The gush, man, the early on gush is just a great amount of damage. And with now Moon gonna be having phase boots this early in that top lane, they're gonna be able to pressure a decent amount onto the anti-mage and Rubik. They're definitely gonna slow down Miracle's farm by a good margin like this. And then Matu pulling super far ahead in the last. It's 20-6 over. Look at him over everybody else. The next highest is 15.
Absolutely climbing ahead in this middle lane over the last couple of waves.
GH is really making Weeha's life a lot harder. It's not just Matu, it's GH. They're spamming non-stop fissures. Weeha, Orb is on cooldown for 5 seconds. The fissure's going to be coming out.
And they should get the kill here. Indeed they do. Liquid amping up the pressure. And as we're seeing, we are just getting absolutely crushed by this Necro now.
And when you get the kill, especially that, you get the kill as a Necro, you're full health, full mana. And you continue to siege.
Just Dota 2 things. Nearly got that level 6 as well, so then it becomes even riskier for Weeha in this middle lane. Another rotation from GH like that, and you can absolutely get the Reaper's Scythe kill very easily.
He's going to be almost level and a half advantage. He's going to have 6 now. Shadow Shaman bottom gets the shackles onto Mind Control, but GH making the rotation down.
Yeah, they're going to see if they can get something in return. They're moving in onto Saxa, turns around with a burst. In fact, with the Whirling Axes, they'll lose the Nyx Assassin. GH does find the Shaman in return. And it will be PLANETODD coming out on top, getting that offlane kill and getting it into the hands of Rezo as well. They will not mind losing the Shaman at all for that one. See mid lane Matumba, incredibly aggressive here, feeling confident, diving past the tier 1. Saxa has come across, starting to push him back. Misery looking for the body blocks here. They're going to try and take down Matumba and punish him for this very, very deep movement. He needs backup. They get wishing to survive. Yeah, no one's coming across for this one. Pots the Ghost Trap, but immediately on cue, Saxa comes in with the shackles. No escape from Matumba, and his aggression punished perfectly by Odd there.
Good rotation from Misery coming down to hit that body block. Sock supports him, but without boots, it's really hard to catch up. But great body blocks. Top lane, Miracle though, still getting pressured with those phase boots on Nature's Prophet. It really does put quite a lot of damage onto Miracle.
Yeah, he needs help, and he's getting it now. GH is rotated up towards the top lane. They're going to see if they can try and go for a play on Moon. Jump forward from Miracle. They've got a lot of control with the telekinesis. Drag back into the stun from GH. Should be enough to get the kill, and indeed it does. Misery trying to find something in return onto Miracle. Won't quite get it there. The Fade Bolt reducing the damage of Misery. Can't commit for the kill with the right clicks. And in fact, Misery himself in trouble. Liquid surround him. Oh, Miracle! Oh no, he comes back in, gets far too greedy, and Misery, he's over the moon with that one. I think he realized he was a goner. Didn't think he'd end up bringing down the anti-mage with him though.
And Kuroki now in some trouble. Moon TP's back toward top.
There's the teleport.
Only be able to get the body blocks with trees. They didn't get in front.
Ooh, that Fisher and GH may just be enough, and indeed it looks to be. We'll hold him back, they'll keep Kuro alive. That Miracle kill certainly should have happened.
I probably didn't expect a level 2 Grush.
Yeah.
Level 2 Grush with that Anchor Smash. Significant amount of damage with that minus armor.
Support Tidehunter coming to a pub near you soon.
Rip.
We look in the mid lane. We are still behind Matumba despite that kill that they did manage to get on him. About a 1k gold lead for Matumba Man. Nearly double the CS. Absolutely insane for him here. 51 CS before the 7-minute mark on this mid lane. Absolutely incredible. Bottom lane. Trying to make a move onto Mind Control, quick impale, onto Zaxa, holds back.
MC's doing very well down here. I mean, it is a dual lane, so he has a lot more leeway, a lot more freedom to be down there. But almost Arcane Boots on level 6 at the 7-minute mark on this Nyx.
Absolute perfect timing for him. Playing Matumba, never late. Again, if they want to have any chance of taking him down, they do need to send a lot of numbers there. A +1, not necessarily enough. They need to have at least 3, as we saw last time, to get the chance of having enough control and nuke damage to bring down a Necro. He's had this sort of advantage in the laning stage.
Yeah, and if he starts to rack up stick charges, it becomes way more impossible because, you know, you see the Ghost Shroud stick combo is absurd with how much you actually heal. And he will be getting more and more stick charges every time Weehaw uses the orb to push them off the tower. Bottom lane, Mind Control and GH. Getting aggression up to Rezo, 150 HP. He's got the range drop though, and he'll be fine with those phase boots too.
And we'll juke it out. Towards the mid lane, we did have the movement coming in from both Misery and Saxo. They'll actually turn attention back towards the top. Rezo totally alone here. In comes the Fisher. Mind Control looking for the connection with the Vendetta. Does find it. Not quite enough damage to get the kill. Weeha's turned up, drops the coil onto GH with a massive nuke coming out from the Nature's Wrath. They'll get it.
And they get top too with that. The Shackles plus the Gush and Nature's Prophet enough to bring down the anti-mage. Now they're able to pressure an anti-mage's tower this early with the Nature's Prophet Tidehunter dual lane. And mid tower is by Matu. Claimed.
Radiant's middle tower has
Will
fallen.
at least find something in return,
Dire's
but
top
definitely the
tower
fact
is
that
under
this
attack.
AM anti-mage is getting
Radiant's
punished as
middle
heavy as he
tower
is.
is under attack.
Certainly a worry for Liquid. Could it really be? You know, we've seen this whole tournament, anti-mage picks being
Dire's
thrown out
top
left, right, and
tower
center.
is
Could PLANETODD with the support Tidehunter have been the answer all along. So far, it's looking pretty good off the back of the lane.
They're definitely making it work. Misery's levels are pretty damn solid too. Arcane Boots with level 5 already. Level 3 Gush, gonna have Ravage at a perfect timing. Like just about the 10-minute mark, as we usually see most supports hit. They're level 6. Mind Control, making their way toward top, wanting to secure Miracle's farm with GH. Misery spotted.
Fisher, not really ideal there. They may still have the chain lockdown. We'll go for it with the Vendetta and the Impale. Miracle jumping forward, and that'll secure. Liquid do manage to dispatch Misery.
Weehaw mid. Uh-oh. Gets lifted up. They've got the Reaper sight, but unable to get it off.
Yeah, quick waning rift in terms of the silence, and then the Hex as well, making it impossible for Matumba Man to throw down the ult. They'll continue to see if they can chase GH moving in. Thinking about throwing down a Fisher, but Saxa already too far away up to the high ground. Will keep himself safe. GH down on the bottom. Wanting back control with the Fisher, but in fact, Rezo can just move on out of this. With the stun's already thrown out and the Nature's Wrath flying in. GH, can he get out with the phase boots? It should be enough to close the gap. The question is if they can punish Rezo. One TP coming in from Matumba Man. They should have more to block him off as well. Kuro, has he got the range for the telekinesis? No, he hasn't. Rezo looks to be fine here, has those phase boots up again in a second, and gets away with the kill.
That was very good usage by Rezo there, switching into melee form and using the phase boots and switching back and instantly getting the auto attack. It was just like perfectly done. Tome of Knowledge being grabbed up by Misery, so he'll have his level 6 online for those next type of upcoming fights. Mid lane, Moon trying to keep that pressure, but Mind Control's already set up there.
And there's backup coming in for the rest of Liquid. GH is here with the Fissure to lock Moon down. Stuck on the wrong side of the Fissure here. Dragged back into the Enchant Totem with GH, and Moon will be taken down. Come in with that very aggressive TP to try and get that push going. He gets punished for it. Hard dropping the Dream Coil. Nukes GH down. Takes a free kill under the noses of 3 members of Liquid as they're unable to hold him back. That DD Rune doing work. PLANETODD look to maintain the pressure on this mid lane despite losing the Nature's Prophet.
What their lineup does early on, keep that pressure up, get those early towers versus an anti-mage lineup.
Got the TP from GH. Isn't going to quite fry the Fissure as PLANETODD too far away. Now back off. Respect it. And space is being created for Rezo. Down at the bottom, 4.3k. Same time though, Miracle in the jungle is climbing himself back up into a favorable position, nearly back on par with the Troll, despite the pressure that was put onto that top lane and the fact that they lost their tier 1 up there very early on.
But it's not a free farm anti-mage. No. He doesn't have like, he's not gonna have like the treads and the Battle Fury at the next 5 minutes or so. He doesn't get like an incredible amount of kills.
Bottom lane, GH in with the Echo Slam and Reaper to take down one, but the reaction's there from Odd. Weehard gets the silence onto Tumor. Tumor tries to TP out, he's not gonna make it. So they may have killed a Shaman, but quick reactions from Odd. Get the favorable trade, and now they're ready to push down on the bottom lane.
Definitely not worth it. They still have all their ultimates on PLANETODD too. This should be a quick and easy tower. No battle trance, not skilled yet, but still easy to bring down. And they've got Ravage and Dreamcoil online. They may even be able to continue this one. Shadow Shaman wards were expended because Sakura was dying, so he wanted to use them, but they don't need them for now. But the rotation's coming in.
Roki Ace TP'd in, but straight up with the Gush in the orb. He's back out as soon as he's in there. PLANETODD. No mercy as they just move in, and it seems like Liquid just aren't prepared for the Gush plays. Each and every time, Misery just throws it out, the team chases down, and they can't do anything about it, Liquid. They're being zoned out away from the tier 2. PLANETODD taking the tower down 12 minutes in, keeping the pressure high.
Wow, damn. Now they're going to make their way toward those other towers. If they can claim a lot of towers and get a lot of information into the enemy jungle, they're going to know exactly where Miracle is, and it's going to become harder and harder for Liquid to fight because of the gold that you get from killing those towers. Everybody else is just going to get stronger and stronger, and you have to fight a 4v5 into a Tidehunter puck. It's extremely difficult.
And Control already moving back over again with the rest of his team, trying to set something up.
Trying to create some space for that anti-mage to keep that farm.
Certainly an easy kill there. Caught out alone, the Shaman's gone. Very easy pick for Liquid.
Doesn't turn into anything though. It's just a kill. There's no tower or anything gained from it, and it's probably it is the least successful kill that they end up grabbing there.
I think that got done for Weehar. 2 start to close in on that middle lane though. Only having to respect the fact that Misery does have Ravage ready to pop. Have to be very careful how they fight into that, especially as we've seen with the ability for PLANETODD to react to any sort of play that Liquid make close to any tower. TP is immediately coming through time and time again and ready to turn it around.
Yeah. That's exactly what PLANETODD wants to just fight on top of those towers. That's exactly what they want. Moon TPing in aggressively and to go for this spot up very far.
Yeah, it's going to be trapped down. Dream Core will be dropped. Fissure thrown out from GH, trying to hold them back, but the Hex is there from Saxon. But to man pops the Ghost round, turns around with a hit with the Reaper side straight onto the Tidehunter. That's going to be Misery down. As talked about on the panel there, doesn't matter how tanky you are, if you get that low, you're going to be topping to the Reaper side.
Especially when there's a Veil on there too. And look at the item he has queued up too on Matu. Dagon being queued up to be able to get those type of bursts. Very good. Spell damage builds are very good versus Troll Warlord in the early game till the BKB comes out, so that can make some sense too. Their Earthshaker lineup.
But already on the move again. Mind Control, vendetted up. Saxa towards the neighborhood. Does have the backup of Rezo. They'll spot out GH. GH turning. There's the Fissure into the Echo Slam. Wards will be dropped though by Saxa. Rezo trying to man up. Weehard jumps in with the silence of the nuke. Takes down the Shaker. Mind Control comes in with the stun, but he's held by Saxa. And indeed Rezo gets down on 30 HP. Kuro will be successful with the TP out. But again, as we're seeing, I mean, it feels like Liquid is just making the mistake of trying to force fights near these entry points, near these TP places, the shrines, the tier 1s, where Odd immediately react. Now they're going to be able to transfer into getting Roshan as well, by the looks of it, as Liquid do not have a hope of contesting this. They've got the DD on Weehar. They're making very quick work of this indeed, and PLANETODD really keeping that momentum going that they need to get that edge over and activate.
They're doing a great job at it. They're playing mostly reactionary now at this point, but it's Liquid like kind of running into them, and they're just prepared for it. And the mech is being built up on Misery, more than halfway there. Drums already were finished up for Moon earlier, almost with the Shadow Blade to go for those split push and pickoffs. And yeah, like you said, the blink on Weeha earlier and building into a Linken's later on. Everyone's starting to get their big items, or their big first set of items out to be able to continue that pressure. Battle Fury though finished up on Miracle, so he'll be able to start accelerating that farm, and the space that Liquid was making will become more and more useful. As long as they don't, you know, hemorrhage too many kills while he is just doing his farm thing.
Yes.
Dagon finished up now on Matu.
Dire's top tower is
PLANETODD.
under attack.
The siege continues.
Yeah, straight up to the tier 2. Mind control, beginning to head over. They really do anything to stop this push. At the moment, it's just a case of, as you say, Miracle just being happy with the fact that he's getting space elsewhere.
Dire's
But
top
soon he's
tower
going to have to
has
turn up to the
fallen.
fights. PLANETODD take that tier 2.
There's
That
go
Aegis in
high
hand.
ground. They've got the
Absolutely.
Aegis.
We saw a similar play from Liquid in that last game, 15 minutes in, coming up onto this top lane. And now they're trying it themselves, and they don't need Noah Huskar to do this. They will lose the Aegis immediately, though, as Batumba Man pops him there with the Dagon.
And high
That's going to
ground
be
push.
enough to stop him.
No more high ground push.
He's just gone.
Radiant's
PLANETODD,
bottom tower
not
is
wanting
under
to give away
attack.
too much of this momentum that they've built up.
So much magical burst from Liquid with that Veil. Miracle continuing his farm in the enemy jungle this time around. With the Treads Battle Fury finished up, it starts to become much faster.
Yeah. Well, if he continues at this pace and gets the Manta style in good time, I feel that's definitely going to be the point where PLANETODD really need to worry about the stage the game has got to. As he is going to be very tricky to catch once that Manta's complete.
All of Liquid grouped up as 4. Same thing they've been doing for the majority of the game, trying to go for those type of space creation plays for Miracle. Again, now they're going, dictating the pace of the game continuously.
See what they can find here.
Misery's actually changed the build up from the mech and going double back for the Blink Dagger.
Misery's going to walk into this. They found the Titan and drag it back immediately with the Reaper's side. He is just gone. Down for 50 seconds.
No hesitation whatsoever.
So scary. I mean, if they get the Tide, they can get anyone like that. Whoever walks into that sort of a smoke with that Dagon Necro, they're just gone.
So much spell damage. The Veil comes out, you throw the Reaper before the damage comes out, but it all
Radiant's
gets applied
bottom
as it
tower is under attack.
finishes.
Radiant structures are
Odd looks like they want to fight here though.
It's a little risky with no Tidans for 20 seconds. The tier 1 will still fall.
Radiant's bottom tower
And
has
I mean,
fallen.
oddly, yeah, they're in the neighborhood,
Dire's
but they're
top
not
tower
looking
is
to
under
try and
attack.
hold Liquid in place. But despite indeed that early flow they got going, I feel like, I know it's still early, 18 minutes in, but Odd have got to start to worry a little bit now.
Yeah,
It feels like
start to
it's
slow
already
down.
getting to the stage. You know, you look at the net worth. He's at the top of the net worth. The anti-mages, the miracles there at the top. That's only going to continue unless you're able to break the high ground. They just tried it with the Aegis. Now they're going to have to wait quite a bit until they can get it again and go for a similar play.
It's the net worth, but it's also his levels, because he's alone the entire game, so he's level 15. The next highest level person is like level 13. However, you can see the discrepancy of like the levels on the side of Liquid. It's like a 15 anti-mage, a 13 necro, and then 9 8 8.
They've got eyes on him here.
Which happens in the
They see him post-blink, do they have to lock down? Weeha coming forward. Oh no, the Dream Coil not quite in time. Miracle's out with the first blink. They do have the haste rune on Weeha. He's going to try and chase this down, but Miracle blinking out to the side. I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. They can't get the completed chase down. And just unfortunate for Odd that they didn't get the initial stun with that coil.
very close to getting that kill. Misery now changed up a little bit too. Well, just added a cloak in the build so he can't just die from that type of explosion that they do have for magic damage. But continuing their aggressive plays, grouping, staying as a unit on Odd. GH doing on Blink Dagger. 70 gold till GH has Blink too. So Liquid is definitely hitting their timings.
They really are. In the lane, wards drop down immediately.
Odd needs BKB so badly on the Troll Warrior to be able to actually go for those bigger sieges. Like BKB Aegis is the next big timing for them to actually consider going for the high ground push.
That blink pickup, as mentioned, GH. See what he can do with this. Liquid trying to do their best to stop this push, take the wards down. Two's down to half health, but they will keep it alive. PLANETODD sticking around, and yes, Miracle.
Keeping it up.
Yep.
All the way up to that 10,000 with DD rune now too, especially in the lane, and forces the Troll Warlord back. Doing a good job of stalling the game up for
Dire's
Miracle.
middle tower is under attack.
Have we had a Ravage yet? I don't think he's been able to have had a chance to have it, right?
No. Not at a single Ravage.
No.
Misery unable to find the shot to do so. The last two times he's just been... They normally go for him with the burst and the Reapers. We've seen they can take him out and eliminate the threat of the Ravage. Feel very comfortable in these sort of engagements now. Especially with that sort of rocky early game starting to pass over for them. Say Miracle really hitting his stride. Once again, as we've seen time and time again here at Dream League, that anti-mage pick coming online.
Manta's about to be finished. Ideal timing. And almost level 18 too. Just not able to force anything else after their Aegis got popped so quickly, trying to go for that high ground siege. Roche can be starting to spawn in the next 2 minutes or so. Probably what we're seeing in our next big engagement, unless there's a big pick-off from the GH Blink Dagger somewhere. But everyone actually just now settling down and farming a bit since the waves keep getting pushed in on both sides.
Close to that BKB on Reza. 500 to go. As you mentioned, Manta is there now. More Miracle.
He's looking to get involved in the fights next too. BKB queued up for the anti-mage.
PLANETODD may be waiting out for the next Roche. This is valuable time.
This is not
favoring Liquid.
This lull is not what they want to be happening right now. With a Tidehunter, Puck, like Shadow Shaman, and a Nation Prophet, these four heroes want to be fighting and pushing towers and taking fights around the towers non-stop. The lull periods are never good when you're playing versus an anti-mage like this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But they do need to wait for that BKB because of that burst. He's gonna have it now finished up right after this next neutral camp. So maybe they'll try to go for something with that rather than waiting for the Roche. We are also
Radiant's
approaching
top
that
tower
Lincoln's.
is under attack.
So that Lincoln's Watch should be very useful versus the Reaper side if they're able to time it to block. But Liquid on the move to get aggressive with that Blink Dagger on GH. They are in vision. Did see Misery for a second with that high ground ward.
Ready to jump. Oh, but GH there on the back line. Get two with the Echo Slam. Ravage has come out, but already the Tidehunter's gone. Miracle trying to commit the Ravage in return there. Does come out on the way down. Kuro's gone. Liquid though, they've got themselves two. They've got the bigger kills. Miracle jumps across to Sax. They're 3 for 2 at the moment, and now Moon and Rezo have to get themselves out of there. The dust is out, Miracle jumping forward. Very little chance for Moon to escape as the impale from Mind Control Connect sets up the triple kill. And PLANETODD have really got to start to worry now. The team fight going like that. The momentum definitely building up for the side. We see here.
This high ground ward right there. They see the back lines. GH able to get the perfect jump on the two of them. They end up getting their spells off, Saksa and Misery, but the Ravage does get stolen. It's not like the Ravage really clips like too many heroes, but still they have the fight so split up by the Fissure, and the Shrine is right there too, so Rezo is in an awkward position where he can't really get to lock anyone down with his right clicks with that BKB usage, including with the Ghost Shard from Matumba Man.
Yeah, nice focus on Matumba as well to get the Reaper Scythe onto Weeha, taking the puck out for 70 seconds.
Misery still quite far away from his Blink Dagger as well on the Tidehunter, the 1,000 gold. But the vision in that fight was definitely what dictated it with that quick initiation.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now it's Liquid's time to get on there aggressive a little bit, push up.
Pings there onto Weeha, they want to move in. Phase shift just in time to dodge the impale. In fact, Weeha wants to turn, jumps in, gets the two-man Dream Coil. Nature's Wrath real fire through as Mind Control and GH fall down low. Like Carapace is out there, but Weeha jumps forward, will secure the kill onto Mind Control. They'll get one. Can they get anything else out of this? Misery, gush onto Matumba Man, looking for the chase down. But they actually have the damage. Maybe if Rezo can close the gap and post Ghost Shroud, they've got a chance. GH will be there with a fish to hold them back. Moon moving forward as well. There's the instant hex with Sax. They'll give themselves a second. GH surrounded by the trees. Great play from Ott. They take down 3. Move in and catch Liquid off guard.
All of them were grouped up. Liquid kind of ran into a trap almost. That was without Ravage. Dream Coil was expended, but it'll be back up soon. Actually at
Dire's
the same
middle
exact
tower
time as
is
Ravage.
under attack.
Shadow Shaman Ward's ready, but not a good place to put them down there.
Dire's
Towers are
middle
dropping.
tower has
Miracle.
fallen.
We go for some cheeky play here on the
He's
Saga.
jumping down. He takes Saxa. Can Odd punish this? He's got the silence. He's already popped the Manta. Have they got any follow-up control? Moon trying to cut him off. But Miracle's on the high ground, goes for the TP out, no way to cancel it. So gets away with a cheeky pickoff.
Moon did not have the Orchid yet. It was coming on the third here. The Orchid maybe would have been able to get the silence for them to chase him down.
PLANETODD certainly showing us, despite the strength of the anti-mage, can still take these team fights.
Yes.
After that big team fight bottom, Miracle switched the build up instead of BKB. Just rushes out the butterfly, and he's got it finished already. 26 minutes, he's got the 3 big items already. And level 23. That is...
It's scary.
Pretty damn scary, yeah. Butterfly this early versus a Troll Warlord is really troublesome. There's no way to go through that evasion. Rezo's actually forced to build into a Diffusal Blade next to, because he's playing versus the Ghost Shroud. Oh, the Necro. The mana burn's also quite nice versus... Also always quite nice in the damage you get from the Diffusal, but definitely needing it versus Necrolite versus Matumba Man, because Saxa is having some trouble to get into the fight to get that lockdown. Mind control now. Eyes on
More
Saxa.
trouble there, Saxa. Mind control going in upon him. The Fissure and the presence of Miracle.
Thou art.
Miracle just jumps in, thank you. More bonus goal.
Typical anti-mage contribution. Coming up to 19,000 net worth on Miracle.
We've got the big secondary initiation now for PLANETODD. Level 12 on Misery, and we've got the Blink. So now it's all about the vision game. If they're able to
Radiant's
see that
bottom
back
tower
line,
is under
then they
attack.
can actually start the fights pretty decently.
GH, by catching Misery there indeed, to that newly found Blink Dagger. Pressure is on PLANETODD.
They've got to take it for a farm game now, though. It's already hit the point where I think they're realizing they're like, there's no way that we can just like bum rush and break high ground versus this team. It's way too difficult versus all the burst. Got to prepare for those later stages. We how with the Lincolns, Yule's queued up. Looks like they actually want to go for a smoke and make a big play coming up with that Ravage Blink Dagger.
Okay. Liquid, of course, will be aware of the Blink.
They know that
Misery.
They know that Miracle's completely bottom though. They just spotted him with their ward, so
I mean, if they can catch the team minus Miracle, PLANETODD can definitely take the fight.
yeah. And they have eyes on Kuro right now. Put a sentry down too.
There's the jump and immediately mind control with the response. Impale Misery does still get the 4-man Ravage out. Can they finish off the kill? Shackle's there onto the Shaker. There'll be 2 down. They will lose Misery as the Reaper's Sight flies through.
But oh, Roche is up and it's Rezo on the DD.
And they drop the Serpent Ward straight away.
This is Aegis Cheese. There's no Shaker. Shaker committed the Echo as well there too. So this should be a nice, clean, easy Roche for PLANETODD.
Can Liquid do anything about this? And indeed, with the speed that is going down, I don't think they can. It's already dropped, and in fact, with the silence, they're ready to try and move in for more. Weeha jumps forward, phase shift to dodge the Impale from the Nyx Assassin. Zimmerman's trapped up, has the Ghost Shroud, but there's the Diffusal Blade chunking into the Necrophos. As they get themselves another, looking towards mid lane. Miracle slowed down by the Diffusal. Mantas looks towards the Blink. Can they find the chase? It's gone off to the east. Miracle straight up with the TP out will get himself back to safety.
Dire's top tower is
But
under
as we're seeing
attack.
some really nice calls being made from PLANETODD.
That was massive. Playing around their vision perfectly there. They're like, yep, Miracle's bottom. We go run into them. Hopefully we run into a couple heroes, and they ran into 3. The Echo Slam pushes the Kraken Shell through the threshold, and that's what allows Misery to get that 4-man perfect Ravage here.
Yeah, very little they can do to stop Misery getting that off.
4-man Ravage, 3-man Dream Coil. They're a little bit split off, so they can't get the other 2 follow-up kills right away, but then they do just get a Roche. So that's a big thing there for them to at least not worry about Liquid having to get that one, and it gives them a little bit more breathing room. It's still this terrifying anti-mage is super massive.
And that's the thing as we saw there, you know, the fact that just Miracle's position only turn up to the fight after it's pretty much all but over.
Yeah.
Next time, if he's around for the fight, things could be certainly a little different. We'll get a head start. Rezo is there as well, but the immediate stun from Mind Control holds it back. In fact, Miracle just turns with the Man Star, looks at Rezo, bursts down the Aegis with a Mana Void. Mihar comes in with the silence, but they really can't go back in on this one, PLANETODD. They have to back up. Fighting Liquid when they have Miracle amongst them is pretty darn impossible. Rezo?
Especially with the fresh BKB finished up. didn't have to use it there, but yeah, it makes it a lot harder for them to actually like, lock him down and burst him. Level 25 now finished up as well as anti-mage, so that additional agility. 25 armor with also the evasion is pretty damn durable. Gonna be queuing up the bots next on Miracle to continue that split push, and also being able to join the fights. Should really good pickup that he'll be getting very soon. So now he doesn't have to worry about that type of situation happening where it's like, oh, I'm bottom and they may take a fight near the shrine. Now he's actually able to join that. Full BKB also was picked up by Matu after that engagement in the Roche. More survivability for him. But it's mostly, yeah, it's mostly the anti-mage versus what PlanetOdd has to offer, because he is exclusively the one farming. Matu's farming a tiny bit, but it's 90% going to Miracle. The other 3 are very minimal in the farm.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Mike is
attack.
spending majority of his time, as he should be, you know, running around scouting in the Vendetta.
What items are we seeing being finished off by the natures? Oh, let's see. What's he
Going for BKB
He's
next.
going for the BKB next.
So he can actually be in the fights.
Pretty close as well to it. (21 to 17). Indeed, a slight lead for PlanetOdd in regards to overall net worth.
Experience still going for Liquid slightly, but that'll happen when your anti-mage is, you know, such a quick level 25. Yule's now finished up for Weehaw, and Sox is approaching that Blink Dagger, which will be very nice for them to get that additional lockdown.
Some very impressive stats there from Miracle's AM.
Let's start the fight. Will they have the vision advantage for the engagement? It looks like they will for the time being, but Odd actually does have the high ground right now.
But can they get that jump in? What's the plan? Saxon's looking for it. Wait, well, kind of blinks into the trees a little bit. Also, he pops the BKB, though, turns towards Saxon. Saxon trying to run away, but Miracle will chase him down. Takes down the Shaman. Reaper's side dropped onto the Titans. They've lost 2. They do get an accepted return, but Miracle just cleaning up. Finds the double kill as he picks up Moon on the Nature's Prophet. The rest of Liquid surrounding Weehaw. Echo Slam holds him in position. PlanetOdd lose a 4. And the expected outcome there when PlanetOdd get caught toe-to-toe with the full 5-man at Liquid. Miracle with that BKB, just uncontrollable in these team fights.
It's the double BKB. He can't get a good Ravage off. Miracle just jumps in with no fear. Sox unable to get any spells off and just dies in one fissure. Actually, it wasn't even a fissure. He just got chased down. The fissure was held, but the Ravage clips him. Yeah. They're unable to really fight into these double BKBs. Rezo unable to really get on top of anybody except for just the Nyx assassin. That was his full BKB duration just to beat on the Nyx.
I mean, at least a good call from Rezo. You know, he gets the kill and he doesn't stick around. He's out of there, so he keeps his life intact. But it's still definitely a worry in terms of the overall flow of the game for PlanetOdd.
As Liquid claims their first lead in the game in the last 30 minutes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Structure after structure. Miracle moving
Radiant's
around.
top tower has
Not
fallen.
a fear in the world.
Rezo needs an MKB to be able to stand toe-to-toe with him.
He's getting there.
He's on his way. He's pretty close, about 1,400 away.
Quid, ready to pounce if anyone on PlanetOdd dares come out of the base. All we are caught out by the Spike Carapace. I mean, that will stop him from going up to the high ground himself. Mind control, looking to chase down. Just to get the impale, the quick blink out. We are safe and sound for now.
Dagger now for Matu. Catch.
Invisibility.
The vision game is so important for this one, for whoever gets the initiation.
Yes.
If the BKBs get online, then Misery's, you know, this is what the, you know, what they were talking about on the panel and everything too, is Tidehunter in comparison to the Enigma. He's not a BKB piercing disable. So if once those BKB comes out, you feel very weird about using your Ravage. The two main heroes that you want to be focusing down are yellow and they're immune to damage, or immune to magical, and you just are like, I don't want to use my Ravage on the other ones, because the Ravage ideally in this game is you Ravage, you get the coil, you get the lockdown so that Troll can actually get onto the anti-mage and beat him down, but it's just way too difficult when they have that magic immunity. Abyssal Blade, full, finished up now on Miracle. Maybe we see Liquid go for their own smoke, and they do.
What's the plan here? Mine also being drawn by PlanetOdd towards their own Ancients. Moving in, has to be careful.
Breast Gem picked up by PlanetOdd, so they're at least going to have a little bit of vision help in those fights.
Phase shift and a blink out. Weehaw avoiding the smoke movement. Should give the intel for Odd to stay safe for a little bit. Know that Liquid were hunting. Liquid will be unsuccessful in terms of getting a kill out of that move. It's PlanetOdd indeed just up on the high ground, waiting until they see an opportunity themselves to go out. Quick reveal of Liquid now pushing out the bottom lane. PlanetOdd knows it's a little safer to move back out.
Yeah, they were still afraid. They were looking at top. Top was pretty pushed in. Bottom was pretty pushed in by the treants from Moon. And they knew that something was up. Roche can start spawning in the next 40 seconds or so. Miracle continuing to just farm everywhere.
They do not have the MKB.
The seeds of fortune.
They do now.
So if they can somehow lock down Miracle, the damage will be there.
They can get the jump. If they somehow can get that jump. How's Soxa doing on Blink? Soxa will have Blink Dagger as well, but you know, these are all things that don't pierce BKB. So as long as if they can get it all off before the BKB and they can just get like a perfect initiation, that's ideal for them, but it's very tough versus that Liquid lineup. Weehaw. Spouted. Scouted by Miracle. Breaking the Lincolns with the Mana Void so he can get the Abyssal, but yeah, Weehaw with quick blink away.
Miracle's going to continue to try and chase him, but he's actually running to the full line of the board. They turn with the haste. Rizzo commits. Oh, Miracle! It is an absolute trap. Oh,
they're looking to continue. Moon deeping in, going for a courier snipe. Looks like
Dire's courier has been
Are they going to claim anybody else? They're looking.
They may. I mean, they've got eyes on Matu. The rest of Planet are coming in. They'll throw down the trees. Matu will turn with a quick burst and nuke down the Nature's Prophet. Misery holding on to the Ravage. Matu goes for the BKB TP out. No bashes are there. The RNG not on the side of Rezo. Well, with that Nature's Prophet down for 90, that could be pretty crucial in the state that it may hold Planet off from pushing, despite the fact that they just got the easiest kill of their life on that Miracle anti-mage.
Let's see if Roche respawns in 5 seconds. If they notice and it respawns instantly, that would be pretty damn good for PlanetOdd.
They are going to try and push.
And it does respawn instantly. Look at that. Did they notice it? I think Misery just pinged it, right?
Yeah, they're going to go check it.
That's pretty damn fortunate for them. Okay, Aegis and Cheese. Anti-mage is dead for 40. Liquid can't contest this one. Wow, that's probably the most fortunate thing I've seen happen in a while.
I mean, it's always the thing, isn't it? With the anti-mage games, regardless of how far ahead you get in farm, one slip-up can really just cost you big time because it's just such a huge percentage of your team's overall worth and presence on the game. Yeah. Because of the farm that you've collected yourself.
Well, I mean, he is the majority of the presence. Yeah, the rest of them are just like lockdown so he can do all the damage.
Liquid certainly can't afford to have those mistakes happen again.
Invisibility.
Miracle is back up. The team immediately back to looking to go aggressive.
They're not, yeah, they don't care that there's an Aegis grabbed up. Weehaw, looking at Miracle. Says what's up, patience, jumps away.
A bit of spam pings there. Wake up, wake up. 23-22, again, less than a 1k lead for PlanetOdd. Very close at the moment.
I feel like so many of our games here have been like this. It's like 30-something minutes in and there's like a 1k lead.
Yeah, the quality of the games here, this Dream League, has got to be some of the best.
Yeah.
Overall, we've seen it land in quite a while in terms of just game by game. There's not been any bad ones this season. Yeah. Every story, very different, huge variety of picks, incredibly high level play. Some slip-ups, but yeah, it's Dota 2. You can't have a game of Dota 2 with someone messing up now and then, even at this level of play.
So with now the full SNY finished up, got more ways to actually get into the fights and catch up. How's our Misery doing? Misery actually has a full Glimmer Cape now finished up, and they gave him the cheese, so he can. Oh, they have 2 cheeses stacked up. Yep. So Weehaw has one and Misery does. Okay.
Behold!
Liquid all set up for bottom.
Yeah, PlanetOdd is certainly going to have to do something about this if continue to push in. But they, as we can see, they're certainly respecting the Aegis and the cheese.
Radiant's bottom
Miracle
is under attack.
poking in.
Radiant
forces out the fortification. We'll start to see some of PlanetOdd head back. Put an end to this slow siege with the illusions.
Soxa during that places some nice cheeky wards to make sure that they get vision while the anti-mage is going out to farm. So this is the wards that will hopefully find them a chance to find the pick off on him that they really need in order to be able to go for that high ground siege.
Haste.
So 40-minute mark hits. We've got the double runes starting to spawn now. Haste rune bottom, Arcane rune top. And the Reaper's sight right away on Moon. He's got BKB though.
And in fact, let's try and turn. Yeah, quick blink out from Matu. And yeah, the nuke damage not quite enough. Straight up solo the Nature's Prophet.
That should help.
Gem. Just still Weehaw has the gem, and now GH actually picks one up for Liquid. I'll see if they had one beforehand. Gotta be able need to do that when you see them, you know, get out of the base like that. And you're expecting them to do wards when they go so far aggressively. And it's all about the initiations in these fights.
With me.
Radiant's top tower
Trying to
is
shift
under
this top lane
attack.
back up. Really wants to try and maintain hold of this tier 2. Absolutely vital to have at least one up so you don't have that threat of being instant megaed. The fight does go down south for yourselves.
Weehaw's farm is slowed down a lot. As to be expected though. You're running a tri-core. So in Nature's Prophet always constantly shoving the lanes, and the ultimate Puck isn't able to find actual places to get that levels in farm. So still on level 20.
See him cured the Ags earlier. Certainly would be really nice.
Yeah.
with the
There we go.
easy
3
play.
tome of knowledge to be given to Weehaw now. Really wants to get that level 25 so we can get that 420 GPM online.
Look at PLANETODD go. They want to try and force something up top straight away. Look at the Kuroki. There's the Diffuser Blade dart. Damage just comes in from the troll. Easy kill for Resolution.
That ward, they know it's there though. Liquid did walk by it with the gem. That one should get dewarded pretty soon now afterwards. But this is a pickoff. This is where they can actually try to get some siege damage since they still have the Aegis.
Yeah,
Ward to drop.
An Aegis ready to go. Fisher to catch on to 2. Nuking stacks it down very low, but he moves back with the Glimmer Cape. Resolution trying to get on position on the high ground to feed into that tower, but there's Miracle jumps in with the Abyssal Blade. That's going to be the troll down once. Aegis popped. Can they kill him a second time? Mindcontrol looking for the timing with the stun, but the BKB is already out. Resolution is trapped up indeed though. Miracle jumps back in. Rezo trying for the TP out. Will he make it? Oh my god, no he doesn't! Liquid will claim the kill. Now ready to move on for more Moon. TP's out. No stun to get him for the BKB. He will be fortunate enough to get out. But Liquid desperately chasing, wanting to punish Odd even more. Forward looking for Saxa. Saxa himself already out. Sticks around for a bit of farm. Efficiency at his finest. He has got an anti-mage problem and he will get paid for the greed there. As Miracle cleans him up.
Dude, that was damn good vision block. Good coordination, good call from the team there. Just being like, all right, we burst him down once, and then, yeah, he's the only one up on the high ground, so.
Can they force these buybacks out there? That's the question. We've got 50 seconds without Resolution. Liquid ready to go down the middle lane.
Miracle's got 8,000.
Radiant's bottom tower
Here we
is
go.
under
There's the
attack.
first buyback. It can wait. Saxa straight in.
All of the damage for the
Radiant's
anti-mage is the
bottom
Troll
tower
Warlord, so there we go. Troll has to buy back.
We
Radiant's
are
middle tower
wanting to
is
find
under
at least
attack.
something to punish Liquid. They do get the Hex fall off onto GH. GH will pay with his life.
Expensive, though.
Yeah, 2 buybacks coming out. I think, you know, Liquid, they'll look at that. They won't mind that GH went down there. They'll take that, absolutely. Puts them in such a good position having these buybacks now on cooldown for PLANETODD. They get a repeat of this, and indeed, if Matuma Man managed to land some side and get that extra death timer on these big cores like Rezo, the game could pretty much be all but over.
The seeds of
25 to 24. I think definitely impressive at least that the PLANETODD are hanging on this well, despite how big Miracle is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We saw Miracle get this lead about 15 minutes ago. It was already looking like this anti-mage was a huge threat. But Liquid haven't been able to end the game. PLANETODD still able to take fights. But
They did have a
definitely-
couple good series of events, though, right? That
True.
The trap
The
that they set
trap-
for Miracle, and then they get the Roche respawns perfectly for them, too. So that gave them a good leeway of, like, maybe like 10 minutes or so, where the anti-mage wasn't alive / unable to, didn't really want to fight outside the base and Aegis.
But definitely, all things said
Yeah.
and done, looking at what's on the table, it really does look like it should be Liquid's game.
Yes.
They've got to come out, as you said, with those traps, with those outplays, catch Miracle somehow alone. It's going to be very, very hard to do so. Liquid with so much power on the board at this stage of the game.
Making sure to keep all those lanes pushed out. Gonna be a war of the split push for the time being, while Moon hides in the trees, awaiting his time to be able to ult and Lane's forced, but Liquid keeping up on the aggression. They are smoked up. Do we have bots 2 on anti-mage? We do, so he can TP in onto his teammates to join in.
This could get messy for Odd. He's going to get caught out on the front of it, Rezo. Rather close at the moment. Mind control with the Vendetta, ready to try and close the gap, wrapping around. Has eyes on Weeha.
He's got the gem though.
Yeah,
He's out.
instantly out as soon as he spots the Nyx assassin in the neighborhood, and that should give the information for the rest of PlanetOdd to back away from this movement.
And Moon goes top right away as soon as he sees anybody. He's like, all right, time for the split push.
That split push certainly going to be coming pretty hefty with that AC pickup. The Rat can be strong from this Nature's Prophet now.
3 very aggressive wards placed by Liquid there during that excursion. Now, it's Odd, trapped in their base for the time being. And the shrine's starting to be claimed.
Double damage.
Roche looking to respawn in about 2 minutes or so. It's a little bit of a longer respawn this time around.
Moonshard and a double damage on Miracle. Definitely ready to fight.
Fully maxed out. Does have the heart and Q, can always put stuff into the backpack to swap out for when the BKB is down, etc. But the BKB is still at a healthy 8 seconds.
Just keeping that top lane shoved in. Liquid not wanting to go for any too crazy plays whilst that lane is that far out. They know that they can't leave themselves vulnerable to TPing in and forcing them back when they need to try and push as 5. With that sort of lineup. Bottom lane, we are kind of getting chased around here. They have 4 members of Liquid by the looks of it, trying to potentially hunt him down. Keep himself safe.
He wants to get in a deep position so he can try to cut waves. Looks like someone knows what's up though. I think I just saw a ping coming out from Matu behind them.
Yeah, they're
pinging him. Yeah,
they're
they're behind
under the Obs ward. Can they actually catch him though? That's the question. Blink into the sideline. Ooh!
My goodness, that was so close.
Ooh! Very close indeed. Grabbing him there would have been a pretty insane play. I mean, what's the buyback status? Does he have buyback on the puck?
Yeah, puck does.
He does. Okay. Nonetheless, that could have been massive.
Just trying to keep those lanes shoved out as best as possible. Roche is going to be respawning in about 40 seconds. Weeha's looking to do some ward cleanup with that gem, just running around looking to see if there were any placed anywhere around. He finds one so far. We'll find the secondary one in the mid lane very soon.
A lot of money on Wee. Can go for that Aghanims. We'll see what he does want to. Nothing queued up at the moment.
Look at that net worth. It's got double the Troll Warlord.
Just anti-mage things. Bottom lane. Miracle actually on the hunt here for Moon. If he gets the Abyssal Blade down, Moon...
Uh-oh.
I see he's going to be a goner almost. Well, I say that. With the Shadow Blade, there is no detection. So, not quite getting the bashes that he needed.
Unfortunate location, too. With the trees all around, the illusions aren't able to actually focus fire for him to get enough mana burn for the mana void.
Lincoln's now done on Rezo. Something else that Matu has to be careful about playing around. Looking to find that Reaper side kill.
Yeah, the Lincolns are... That's going to be the double Lincolns now, so they have the 2 ways to protect him. Avoid those. No defensive forceps, though, this time around on the side of PlanetOdd. We've got 1 Glimmer Cape.
Mine.
But other than that, no other saving items.
Roshan up. Liquid prime position to go for it themselves. PlanetOdd definitely with the chance to contest. See how much they value testing Roshan over just shoving out the side lanes.
As long as they've got a vision advantage for it, but it looks like Liquid's going to be the one with it this time. They placed the wards down early on. And they are all set up on the left side with their 3 support for only 2 sit inside the Roche pit. And yeah, PlanetOdd unable to do so, fight anything like this right now. Keeping up the split push. Weeha, 6,000 gold, puts the Aghanims back into the quick buy, approaching that level 25.
Roshan has fallen to the tower.
Immortality.
Tags on the puck, and they've definitely got a chance to find that very long duration stun for the BKB. Mind control, trying to spot out Weeha. Weeha has the Lincoln's popped. Miracle has turned up as well if he can land that Abyssal. He's got a chance of getting the kill, but Weeha turns, holds back. The anti-mage with the Yule Scepter. And they're hunting for him, but Weeha will juke them out. Quick blink and TP out. Be safe. The movement and gets back together with the rest of his team towards towards his base.
Illusion.
All this net worth advantage is on the anti-mage. Actually, more than just that, but 11k. And it's surprising because look at the tricores from PLANETODD. You have the Troll Warlord at 23, Furion 22, and Puck at 18. They have one of the cores on the side of LIUQID sitting at 8,000, the Nyx Assassin, but his job is different, you know, because he has the AM on his team. All he is a stunner to disable. And
Here we
so
go.
massive.
Answer with the Aegis, ready to shove up high. Misery already brought down to half health. Has to back up and try it up. Can Resolution and the boys hold? That's the question. Tier 3 starting to fall. Saxy jumps in with the quick Hex. Control, there with the Impale, making sure that Odd don't stick around to commit onto the kill. Goes Shrouds out. So keeping the distance.
They need to do something similar to what LIUQID does. As soon as they come up, they need to like blow a couple ultimates or something, just blow them, like kill them instantly, and then focus him on them right afterwards with the Aegis somehow. But it's very hard versus the side of LIUQID with that Earthshaker sitting in the back line to counter initiate as well as the Rubik.
This poking and prodding attempt from LIUQID certainly working out in the sense that they get that tier 3. Will they get any more though? That's the question. We'll find out after the break. We're not going anywhere. We're back in. The pause is already over.
Just this quick freeze for Kuroki.
Here we go. Next time on LIUQID versus PLANETODD. There's the jump in. Reaper's type will land onto Saxon, but in fact, the regen from the shrine keeps him alive. Miracle's actually getting bashed out. Rezo gets the bash. That's going to be one down. Look towards Matumba. They take down the Aegis, jump forward for the Shaker, but immediately the Hex and the Silence forcing him back out. They're still all alive for the time being. Finally, they get a kill onto the Nature's Prophet. But definitely a successful hold for PLANETODD. Taxi, oh, he's buying back. Miracle is not happy. Buy back in return for the Nature's Prophet. They're going all in here, showing their full hand. LIUQID committing heavily. Miracle gets on his tub. He's trapped up by the trees. He cannot afford to die back here. But LIUQID, with that AM buyback, they want to finish this now.
Bottom tower is dying to double siege creeps too.
I mean, they're going to get the racks with this buyback. The Hex is there. Miracle has to be so careful. Jumping again, with the Silence, so they will get the racks off the back of it.
If they can actually stop some TPs, maybe those catapults can do something. Unable to actually get that chase out. A little bit too afraid still for PLANETODD to go straight out there. But yeah, racks claim. That was with the Ravage not actually hitting the anti-mage there either. He got the BKB up before, but Rezo just with the complete dash lock on him.
So buying back, claiming the racks, would you say this is worth for the AM?
He has to be very careful with his positioning, that's all. It can be worth it as long as you don't die now. But yeah, definitely worth it just to buy and get a racks like that. Okay. Especially with this team. You get a lot of momentum coming out of it. But yeah, still really has to watch out his positioning. They have to play pretty much around him now exclusively.
Force the buyback out of Munas rather than well in return, so.
Definitely.
Certainly getting a worthy trade for that buyback. The plan now, Axe for Rubik. Big items coming out. We'll get to these later stages of the game. 53 minutes in, AC. Completed by Miracle. Bloodthorn, done on Moon.
Bloodthorn Moon, Weehaw with the Ags. Weehaw also level 25 with that 420 GPM, so we'll start seeing him skyrocket up on that net worth.
This is the thing that Odd know, if they catch Miracle, they could do it here. Get that 3-1 victory in the grand finals here at Dream League Season 7.
Bottom racks is exposed. Miracle's making his way in.
Because man, AC in the stash, he's so farmed. Not hold all his items.
Literally 8 slotted. With not like small items, all big items.
Radiant's bottom
Siege begins. Top lane as well. PLANETODD going for their own siege.
I mean, they are going to lose this Rex, no doubt about it. LIUQID taking this with incredible ease, no backing up at all. PLANETODD just looking for a trade. Wards are down, but LIUQID are going to have the chance to react. Jumping forward, landing the stun onto the Troll Warlord. Serpent Wards focusing the melee racks. They should at least get the melee in return. Trimmerman turns, Reaper sides out, there it goes, hammering down onto Rezo. Down for 2 minutes. Miracle coming in with a BKB, looking towards Moon. Moon trying to get himself out of there. Pops the trees out around him, turns around with the Silence, but Moon's taken down as well. That'll be a dieback on the Nature's Prophet, out for 100 seconds. The rest of PLANETODD will get themselves back to safety. So they get the racks. Do lose 2 of their cores for it, and of course at the same time LIUQID themselves getting the bottom racks in return.
Even with the double Lincolns, there's just too many ways to proc it. They popped both and they were still able to get the Necro Reaper Scythe onto him just because of all the targeted spells they do have. They do get the racks, yeah, but now it's 2 racks lead for LIUQID.
illusion.
Deep trade now at this stage of the game, favoring Liquid. No doubt about it. PlanetOdd just struggling to get enough in return. My goodness, are they trying?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Liquid ready to start to get information.
They want to get that buyback.
Absolutely. They know there's still 50 seconds without no second chance from the Furion.
This could be where they can end the game.
Radiant's top
Same
tower is
place
under
from
attack.
PlanetOdd.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
This
tower.
could be the
dead.
end. This could be the lead into the game 5. Liquid can close it here. Jump 4 from Miracle.
Radiant's top
Ready
tower
to go in
is
onto
under
the tier
attack.
3s. There's the buyback from the Troll. Misery comes in, does get the 4-man Ravage. They've got the Shackle as well. Have they got the damage? No, the E-Blade actually coming out there, buying some time here, but the chain bashes are coming through. There's the Echo though for GH, jumps in, gets the trap onto Rezo. The Glimmer Cape's not enough to get him out of there, and Liquid just moving for more. They take down Misery, there's the Yule setup onto Saxa, Yules upon Yules, but he's still gone. Dagon from a Timberman gets the kill, and we're going to a game 5. Liquid taking game 4. The anti-mage too damn strong, Fog.
Anti-Mage too damn strong indeed. Liquid was able to make enough space for him to just get massive. PlanetOdd though almost getting this game too. Very close.
Very admirable performance indeed from the side.
Today, I gotta side with Wee Ranger.
We Ranger, so going with Odd on that one. Let's split the difference. I'm going with Odd on this one too. Let's go ahead and send things over. Let's give it up right now for your grand final casters, bringing you the final game of Dream League. It is OD and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Dakota, and indeed we are graced with quite a final so far, and it's only going to continue. Game 5, new heroes coming out left, right, and center, even on this final game. What are we thinking, Fog? The panel's split in terms of their decision.
I'm split in terms of my decision right now too, because with the point that Ben made is true. Weehaw has been absolutely on fire today. I'd probably lean a little bit more towards Liquid's draft just because they have that heavy push. If they're able to actually execute it, they might be able to close the game up before Anti-Mage actually does anything. And the Omni Knight doesn't really have like that clear pairing partner that we usually do see, like the Storm Spirit or something like they were mentioning. It's a little bit weirder, and he can repel the Anti-Mage, but do they have the 4 heroes that can fight in order to make the space for the Anti-Mage versus that LIUQID versus that Weaver?
Sure, I think
it's going to be tough.
Definitely an issue is going to be as well as Mind Control Beastmaster. As mentioned by the
Yes.
panel, having that BKB or repel piercing stun could cause a lot of issues for the Anti-Mage in terms of taking control of the lanes, catching him out early on.
Yeah, and it's of course they have the
Prepare for
push
battle.
lineup, but then if it gets to the point where they can't do this push lineup, they have a lot of ways to scout and find this Anti-Mage, be it the Zeus or the Hawk all over the place. So, and the Wolves, like there's so many different vision factors coming in for Liquid to be able to find and gank that Anti-Mage in the later stages if it gets to that point.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here, Liquid. Beat that Resolution Anti-Mage. It's happened before, but
Giving him the
overall-
harassment right away.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're chasing him down. The burst of GH. Forcing him to use some very early regen.
Yeah, it's early. He can still go back to base.
And high
Thanks.
spirits here from both of the teams as well. We are calling them to double down. If
Liquid
only
has-
you could, with double downing MMR in official games.
Oh, yeah, like, all right, it's best of 3. Whoever wins this one game, it's over. The double down, as long as the whole team agrees to it. That would be pretty cool.
30 seconds.
So we
to
have
battle.
the mid LIUQID again. Weaver's put in the safe lane. Does he have all the cosmetics on the Weaver? Oh yeah, I was looking at this the other day. Does he have them?
He does.
Oh yeah, he's got the trip. He's got
The
the
lightning bug.
particle effects on particle effects.
Carlay Critter. Ready to go.
Keeping their dominance up in that top for that bounty rune.
And same bottom lane. PlanetOdd just waltzing in, making sure that they can grab that bounty for themselves.
Yeah.
The rest of them are up top, but
So
indeed
2 for 2.
Liquid, yeah, they move around in response. Get the 2 for 2.
See how Kuroki's gonna make the Sand King work. He went for the Orb of Venom again, as he's been doing recently, going for that early roaming. With that to be the harassment as well.
And do you like this lane decision here from PlanetOdd, taking the Anti-Mage away from the Beastmaster, putting Omni up on the top lane for Moon, and having Anti-Mage farming down bottom?
They saw that it was an aggressive dual lane already, so yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Like they knew the Zeus and the Beastmaster were there, so they were, all right, Liquid wants to pressure AM, and we don't want him to be, you know, we don't want him to be shut down by that pressure, and also this guarantees that Omni Knight's gonna get levels and some farm as well, rather than the off lane where he can really suffer versus a Weaver.
Nide.
See what they can do about it here.
Sentry's already down.
Yeah, very good Fisher onto Miracle, allowing him to do a fair bit of damage, not quite enough to kill him. For his presence, meaning that Zo and Misery have to be careful about
This
Turn around harassment. There we go.
The
Burrow
Orb of
strike.
Venom, its value.
Forces Rezo to be a little careful. Is prepared for this sort of harass. Has the 4-man shield. Plenty of tangos to boot in this lane. Now with the presence of Saxa coming down as well. So with the full tri-lane down there, PLANETODD, making sure that the space is there for Resolution to find farm early on. We'll see how they want to react with this side of Liquid. We may see the Zeus come down here as well. Do you think Liquid themselves need to bring the full 3-man down here?
If they can't somehow get the pulls, one of them is blocked, but if they're able to do a couple pulls, then it actually is able to equalize the lane. And the 1 sentry was already expended. And I think they noticed that too because the Miracle was getting hit while he was invisible. So if he can, you know, they'll be okay because of the hero that they have in the bottom lane. Weaver very hard to kill, and they can at least keep the pressure up on top lane. Mid lane, Misery putting some extra pressure onto Matu with Weehaw. It's pretty scary when the rotations come in from Earthshaker for Matu.
Just have to be careful. CS-wise, Weehaw, I mean, he's pretty much neck and neck at the moment. Does have the lead, but of course Matu's got this big wave coming in into the tower, so should be able to equalize it amongst these creeps.
Should be Wind Ranger favored. Of course, whenever it gets pushed under the tower, you're able to farm, but just has to watch out for these power shots, which is coming up again. Here it goes. Oh my goodness.
I'm sure he knew it was fine.
I'll take your
I'm gonna be fine, guys. I'm gonna be fine. Has a couple of points in the passive with the regen.
It was pretty close.
Misery's hunting. I mean, a Fisher could do it. Couldn't quite get in range for a potential play there, but very close to doing so.
Bottom, Saxa. If the stun actually connects, Saxa's going to be in serious trouble here with the bugs.
Yeah, Saxa. This should be your first blood, and indeed it does. Miracle picks it up. They'll try and find a kill in return. Fisher out onto Kuroki. It sets up Rezo for the kill in return.
It was an act of charity.
Miracle out of mana, but they'll take that trade there. Getting that first blood for the little bug.
They didn't have the Howl there, but whenever they do try to go for those aggressive plays, when they do have the Howl, once it gets nighttime, the lanes become even just a little bit better for Liquid too.
Seeing it up top as well, Mind Control giving a really good run down onto Moon, trying to juke it into the tree line.
He's got the Wars on him too, the heal comes out, Zeus is making his way up though, will GH be able to get in range?
Should be enough, yeah, no point sharing the repel. Liquid stepping up the pressure onto Moon. Dual lane certainly working out. As we said, not necessarily the matchup that they were hoping for, maybe wanting to go against Rezo's anti-mage, but they'll certainly take a situation where they're able to really crunch down on the Omni early on.
And if any lane where Mind Control can get a lot as a Beastmaster in the off lane is super important. Bottom lane, they're trying to get onto Miracle
He
to
doesn't
bring
have
it
mana
down,
here for
but
Shikuchi.
he's got the Fairy Fire too, it's the turn though.
Okay, yeah, Kuro did have the Burrow Strike coming back up in a second, so there was a potential turn there. So indeed, PLANETODD back off. Again, though, up top.
Tower is under
Mind
attack.
Control just really pushing Moon back out of this. Trying to limit how much he can get out of the lane. Has 9 CS at the moment on the Omni Knight. So still fighting a bit, but having to play very careful indeed. All the slows as we're seeing coming out from the board, and harassment potential from GH's Zeus and lane.
Yeah, and having that side ward they placed down like, right at the start of the game, they're able to see the CM rotations coming in, so they know whenever they can play aggressive or defensively. Saxa pretty much exclusively now just jungling, trying to make sure that he can keep his levels up, make that aura high level for his teammates to benefit from it, in particular the Wind Ranger.
Yes.
At least.
The bottom lane being played very nicely by PLANETODD. You know, Rezo consistently getting aggressive, making sure the mana's not there on Miracle for him to really do anything in return. Nice TP out from Saxa. As Mind Control harasses him out from his own jungle.
Yeah, they're actually able to put Miracle down a good amount. Only 11 CS compared to the 19 of Rezo.
They have now brought GH down to the bottom as well. So now with that full tri lane to try and slow down that anti-mage's start.
They're looking for a rotation to the mid lane, but this is a very, very tanky Lycan at the moment. 960 HP.
Especially with that first power shot missing. Very unlikely to be able to do anything at all about Matu.
Yeah, with 3 levels in the Feral Impulse as well, 7 HP per second is, well, 9.3 total HP per second. It's pretty hard to be bring down. And it's really pretty tough for Weehaw to even like harass him because of that. It's kind of like a mini Dragon Knight in a way, I guess you could say, with that Feral Impulse. You don't get the armor, but that region is tough to push through.
We bring in the Shaker over once again towards mid.
Lanes are not being swapped up. Resolution doesn't want to stay down there for so long. Split, like, not able. You want your anti-mage in the safe lane farming. Farming in the off lane can be okay if you're pressuring, but at one point, yeah, you want to be able to be as safe as possible. Now Moon is kind of acting like a support.
Misery being chased around the map by GH. We'll have Mind Control coming in as well. down the ball, will get the slow off. Moon is there to back up Misery, but indeed, there's the chase down. Matsu coming in from the sidelines, takes down one. He may be able to get the second as well. They'll look towards Moon on the Omni Knight. Burrow Strike to set things up. Moon will have one more purification, but it's not enough to keep him alive. They'll chase down, and Matsu, with that rotation, gets the double kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Toxa behind enemy lines, gets a deep ward down.
Does have a TP.
He's trying to go for mind control. Is he gonna be able to get it?
in.
Oh, he gets him! Oh, the hell? The hell here is
enough.
Oh my god.
Matsu with the saves, and the tower denying the middle lane. Keeping mind control only just alive.
The tower is already dead though. That's pretty impressive by Weehaw with that DD rune with the focus fire. His tower is full HP and already taking that mid tower, which is probably the most important tower in the game, especially in the early stages.
Absolutely, especially getting this sort of push going against the lineup that, you know, Liquid themselves, their push is going to be absolutely terrifying. You know, once you have sort of a Deso on the Weaver, you've got the Beastmaster, you have the Lycan.
Dire's bottom tower has been
They are going to
denied.
be able to take towers, no problem at all. Up top, Resolution, going to be played around with again by Kuro and Mind Control. Kuro on the mana front though, bottom lane, Miracle. Having now the presence of Moon in his lane. Has got the bugs out. Moon trying for the TP out. Today with the damage to bring him down. Not quite. Get himself back to base just in time. Misery in the neighborhood. Will be able to soak up some of the XP as well. Now he's moved down here.
Both towers of the game have been denied so far.
It's my territory.
Weehaw continuing to farm.
So as well, level 6 nearly has the treads.
Tis
Alongside
not
that
for
belt.
Matsu's doing very, very well. Yeah, of course, because he picked up those 2 kills, but yeah, sitting at 3,600 net worth right now, topping the lead.
Saxon moving back up top as well. So Resolution with plenty of backup once again.
This'll come in handy.
Just in case Liquid try and go for a play. They know that this Beastmaster is going to be closing in almost certainly on that level 6 very shortly. And that is the time where Liquid themselves can look to add a +1 upper and go, and indeed they are. He's not quite got the 6, but already with the TP up there.
Kuro's going to make his way up as well. Yeah, they're starting to collapse, but Weehaw is in the vicinity
And
too.
Mind Control himself could be in trouble. A great Fisher block here from Misery comes out. Mind Control tries to turn, throwing out the axes, moving towards Rezo. Just punching and kicking the side of PLANETODD back here.
Weehaw's invis here.
Kuro has the Burrow Strike. They'll give themselves one. Mana Void and the Power Shot come out to claim the life of the Beastmaster in return. They will get the 1-for-1 trade. While though, Miracle continuing to get a lot of space down bottom. Moon trying his best to harass the boat back. Miracle can continue to play around with this. Keep Moon on his toes.
Keeps eating those purifies. No boots versus the 18% Legion slow. Moon's able to just get up with that quick cast point of the heal. Keeps harassing Miracle down. Miracle actually forces the shrine up. GH, Weehaw's looking to try to set up for a mid.
Should get an easy shackle here, and with the focus fire and a power shot, GH, one more touch will do it. Oh, the Jukes, no, he's going to make it out. And now with Miracle's rotation, he can look to try and turn onto Weehaw. Does have the win run, but with the Shikuchi movement speed, Miracle can close the gap and takes the kill. No, I said no! Oh, I spoke too damn soon. That shackle there may have just saved him, and with the backup, with the dust and the frostbite, PLANETODD keep Weehaw alive. I can't believe he lived through that.
Just barely.
I can't believe he survived that.
Of course, a lot of reaction though from the supports. So during that time, the Mind Control, Beastmaster, and the Tubman Lycan able to easily take that top tower. And Matsu this game, you see the goal that he's trying to go for, puts the Necro into his quick buy. Very good Necro game too. Not only just for the siege, but that mana burn versus AM is incredibly good. And 12 versus
I can't remember the last time I saw the Lyca go for the treads. It's just,
under attack.
we don't see it at all in that kind of 2017 Lyca.
Yeah, we always see the Arma Mask of Madness, or like the Mask of Madness Echo Saber, something along those lines. It's been a while since the Necro book has been grabbed up.
Bottom lane, poking around with Rezo, but he's got the backup of Moon. Very hard to do anything about the anti-mage with that Omni Knight in the neighborhood. Necro Lycan. See how effective it is. As you said, definitely strengths to be had here.
Yeah.
Against Odd's lineup.
Looking to get aggressive onto bottom, Miracle to be
Radiant's
a bit
bottom
careful
tower
here. He
is
doesn't
under
know it's
attack.
coming though.
4 heroes down here at the moment for Odd. Miracle will keep himself hidden in the tree line.
Buys himself his dreads.
See if he reveals himself again. And he certainly won't without coming out like that. Showing all four, committing to the tower
They're
push.
TP to defend though.
Oh, they want to try and fight this? Oh, let's see if they get away with it, Miracle. On the back of it all, Matumba revving up the ult, ready for the chase down. TP straight away from Rezo, gets himself out. GA comes through, and now the mass TPs. Do they have any way to cancel this? They do with the bolt. Straight down onto Misery. Two of them are out, but the other two are in trouble. Saxa gets chased down by the big bad wolf, and Mind Control kicks in the head of Misery. We'll get two of them there. May have lost the tower, but Liquid getting punished.
Yeah, Liquid with good punishment there. With that rotations, the book's now finished up. At least book one. With now Medallion almost solo crest on Beastmaster. Definitely looking like they want to siege pretty soon towards some of those towers when they have the shapeshift online again. And some more mana, since they're all pretty low after that last engagement, all of them sitting at like 10%.
And GH is level 6, 100 gold away from having Arcanes out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gold for me.
Game's gonna be slowing down just a tiny bit now since actually four of the tier 1s have already been dropped down. Miracle trying to put a little bit of pressure onto Weeha off that tower.
Diffusal Blade first on the shopping list for Miracle this game.
Get that Guardian Angel off. Also the mana burns. The mana burns are definitely gonna add up a lot in this game from the Necro and from that Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, trying to control the Wind Ranger as well.
Yeah, it's a great damage item. It's just a great way for him to get like solo kills or pick-offs in the back lines too. Just overall good item.
Definitely that's classic issue that we've seen time and time again, being that anti-mage is still making good progress towards the Battle Fury.
There are better ways of catching this time around though. There's so many vision tactics that Liquid has. Saxa and quick easy kill for the two supports of Liquid. Yeah, they have the Hawk, the Zeus ult, and the Lycan Wolves will make it a lot easier for them to go for those kills. But they do only have two forms of stun, which is the Beastmaster one and the Sanking stun.
Huh? Maelstrom. Complete Matu coming
Dire's
around with the
middle
wraparound
tower
behind the
is
tier
under
1,
attack.
asserting their dominance. As they look to push in with the Howl and the walls. See if they can do anything to stop this. Fisher thrown out by Odd. Weeha looking for an angle, see if we can potentially get a Shackle out. Liquid pretty beefy here with this push. Power shot to try and spam down the wave. Here comes the wraparound. The Miracle throws down the pugs. That'll be Saxa gone. Shackle does latch onto two, but Liquid, they don't care. They move in for a second. Again, this pressure.
That was a great penetration play. Like angles of approach around those tier 1s is the reason why it's, a lot of the times it's very difficult to actually defend them. Just because there's usually so many different ways that someone can come in into, especially that one. There's 3 different routes that they can take to get into the back lines. And that's going to open up the Roche. Medallion's online. The book one as well. They should be able to easily bring this one down with that medallion.
Radiant's bottom tower
Necro build
is under attack.
coming to work from that team. These towers getting his objectives early on.
And Kuroki showing good lane too.
Has fallen to the
Solar
ring.
Crest pretty much done as well on Mind
Radiant's
Control.
bottom tower
These
is
items
under
coming
attack.
together for this really strong power spike that Liquid's lineup will have against that of PLANETODD.
Yeah. And now with the Aegis, it's pretty much PLANETODD has no way do they want to really fight. Maybe some pickoffs, but fighting it into their lineup, they can't fight with the anti-mage, and their 4 heroes don't fight well into Liquid, especially if they have an Aegis.
Be a nice find. I'm going to send
here.
TPs in. Kuro's going to look for the setup there. We have the
both.
2-man Power Strike coming in with the epicenter as well. Rezo, can he get himself out? Mind Control trying to close the gap. But Rezo's out with the blink, does escape. Saxa pays with his life. PLANETODD will be happy that they got that anti-mage out of there.
Sick positioning there by Kuro.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're able to pressure off of that too with Miracle top. And Matu actually stealing the whole enemy jungle.
Oh, that Shackle though, off the creep to set up. They blow up Miracle once. Can they do it again? That's the question. Is there enough control? There's the Shikuchi out. Continue to try and chase. Power shot and the dust, but they're immediately with the time lapse back. He's underneath the tower. They still have the info on his whereabouts. Misery and Weeha continuing to hunt him down. Now Shikuchi himself back out. Doesn't look like they have any further detection though with the dust already expended. So Miracle will get out with that play. TP's back to safety. Be out just in time before Saxa wraps around.
Lovely. Mind Control decided to double back and go for the Blink Dagger so they have better catch and ways to get in the backline. So when they're pushing, they can actually have an initiator because they're not going to have Sanking Blink Dagger for quite a long time. Kuroki plays like the 5 Sanking. They even you go. They get the initiation. Kuroki's gonna have the follow-up stun too.
Straight up with that roar into the burst trap, very close to the base. We'll see if any sort of backup can come out in time. I mean, Weehart TP's in, but already, yeah, the kill successful. Shaker's down, the push from Liquid comes in on the bottom.
Wait, there's a book 3 about to be on this Lycan too. They may actually threaten high ground here. There is no Aegis anymore, but it's only really a power shot and a Crystal Maiden nuke to spam out when her Shaker's dead.
Yeah, this push from Liquid is so
Radiant's
deadly early on.
top
They're
tower
gonna just
has
back up.
fallen.
They don't want it. They're all kind of low from that power shots, particularly Beastmaster actually. And the lanes are being pushed in. They don't want to force it so hard just yet.
That is Rezo's Battle Fury complete. It's on its way out on the courier.
So same pretty much timing that he's been having majority of the games. Around like between the 12 and 16 minute mark. This time, you know, he's a bit pressured, so it comes out of around the 16. But here we go. Let the anti-mage begin.
Absolutely.
Invisibility.
Throw out and about. We'll be joined by Mind Control.
The Hawk is coming in too to get the vision as well with the cores.
I mean, Kuroki's going to try and play with this. And Shackle thrown out, doesn't make any sort of connection. Mind Control has the presence, throws out the axes, bringing them down low. We'll have the roar in a few seconds, 10 seconds until it's up. PLANETODD backing up, have the backup of Moon as well. Miracle there, very close to having the Diffusal Blade complete. A few hundred to go and he'll have that. We're over the Magi and the recipe done. 12-2 Liquid, again, definitely playing the pace that they need against an anti-mage.
Definitely need to make sure they have good vision in the enemy jungle. They do have one ward, so once that one expires, they want to keep that one up and just keep this tower push happening. Take the last two tier 2s out so they can know exactly where the anti-mage is farming majority of the game, and just make sure they play well with the vision and the way that they set it up. Like set the Hawk up in one location, set the Wolves up in another, and wards in a different one, so they can always know where the anti-mage is farming.
Another tier 2 Liquid objectives
Dire's
after
middle tower
objectives.
is under attack.
Cannot do to stop this. Misery 1400 towards the Blink. I mean, of course, with all the units, all the pushing, a Blink Echo Slam could be absolutely massive
Dire's middle
against Liquid's
tower is
lineup.
under attack.
But he needs to get that. They need to be careful, especially with the Diffusal Blade now done on Miracle. He can
Dire's
absolutely
middle
rip
tower
into some of these
is
members of
being
Odd.
Yeah, he can like, get anybody if they're actually caught in like the back lines, except for of course the anti-mage.
Rizzo immediately out as soon as he spots Mind Control coming into the neighborhood.
That farm going. They're
I'll
smoking
take
toward the anti-mage. Want to make sure that they can keep him defended. They might expect a play might be happening since all of Liquid were perched up in the mid lane.
Absolutely, yeah, trying to bait some sort of interest with that
Yeah.
anti-mage push out.
They're probably going to tell him to like overextend kind of in a way, so they maybe they can try to go for some type of pickoffs.
Every coin helps.
Misery as well, staying in the mid lane, trying to
they
not
actually
give it away.
They have a Lycan Wolf set up around the Bounty Rune bottom, and they did. I think they could have seen that one was taken.
Oh, and look at this. They're actually going to walk into the clutches of Liquid Saxa, the one to be caught out. No escape for the CM, so the smoke from Odd unsuccessful.
So much
Radiant's bottom
information on the
tower
map.
is
It's
under
insane
attack.
for Liquid. 2 deep wards behind, like right in front of the base. Hawks were set up all over the place as well. They actually know exactly where PlanetODD would want to make those moves from the outside of the base.
Could be in trouble with this Weaver and his Diffusal Blade. Miracle starts to play around with him at the same time up top. Matsu moves in, takes the Shaker down. Miracle's going to dive for this one. He knows that he can get the solo kill with that
in
speed.
trouble too.
There's a one purification. Miracle's still
dead.
thinking about this, and indeed this dive that comes through. Matsu with the ultimate and the Necro units is just too much damage for these heroes to stand up to individually. They have to be together as a team, and PlanetODD, they were having attention drawn to them on the bottom lane and the top lane, and they just could not deal with that pressure.
Yeah, there's really pressure in all 3 lanes pretty much.
Dire's
GH,
top tower has fallen.
pick up your Arcane. Okay, sorry. He left his Arcane boots on the ground for a good like 20 seconds. He was just walking around. Kind of scared me.
What's the blink looking like on the Shaker?
He was very close
That is
last
the
I saw.
item that they need.
About 400 more gold. Kuroki's gonna have his at the same time though.
Just a little bit before as well. Vlad's done Lycan. This is exactly what you want against an anti-mage. 20 minutes in, you're Lycan being ahead of the farm of the AM.
Yeah.
Perfect position for Liquid to be in.
They've got like 3 heroes very close up there too. And Omni Knight is definitely suffering. 0, 3, and 0. This is one of the things that, you know, that's why we were talking about the Omni Knight like on the panel, and when it came back to us, we were like, hey, ideally with an Omni Knight, you want to have that one pair, that one partner that can just go in and start the fights, but they don't. The Hawk scouting all of PlanetODD's movements. Mind Control gonna be very well aware of all that one. And Miracle's actually porting up. Looks like they might want to actually take an engagement maybe around here. However, Miracle did port on a ward too, so PlanetOdd knows he's there. But now they smoke up. And they're looking to get aggressive here.
Yeah, who's
Mind
gonna
control's ready.
jump on who? PlanetOdd could get caught out. Misery.
Oh, are they gonna kill Misery right before his blink?
Oh, he's so close. 100 gold and he'll have it. Miracle's moving in. This is going to be painful for Misery. They focus the Shaker, take him down, and look for more. Mind control transport with the Raw onto Moon. Moon almost certainly going to be going down as well, and indeed he does. Double kill for Miracle.
So hard to play versus all this vision out from LIUQID. When they get all those tier 2 downs, they know they just can understand exactly where PlanetOdd is making the moves. And they're set up, beautiful positioning there from Mind Control.
And as you said, it's got to feel pretty bad for Misery.
Radiant's bottom
Not
tower
getting that
is under
blink dagger
attack.
gold.
He was
Just
like
only getting knocked back to
short.
100, but yeah, he was so close. Have to wait that little bit longer before he has it in his hands. But indeed, as expected, Rezo just using all the opportunities he can find to keep that farm going elsewhere. Bottom lane, we are thinking about a potential solo play here. Look at the walls, GH, beautiful shackle there. Off the creeps, and with the Maelstrom, he'll get the kill. Very nicely done there by the Wee Ranger. Lane, Rezo has the books upon him. They are going to pop the Lycanol, and Matsu's moving in. Rezo has the blink up once again. Will be enough to keep him safe. Immediately shrines up. Misery again, 100 gold away from that blink. See if he's able to finish it off this time. Should be able to, especially with that Lycanol going back on cooldown.
Long duration respawn on the Roche. That's probably the next objective LIUQID wants before they try to even breach high ground at all. It's going to be the Aegis and Cheese in about 2.5 minutes when that Roche spawns. And they have a very easy way to kill it. I mean, with Solo Crest, Beastmaster, and Lycan, that Roche is going to die so damn fast. It'll be really hard for PlanetOdd actually to take that team fight.
A pack of meat.
Yeah, but so Misery complete. Want to make a big play with the reveal. Smoking up towards the top lane. Mind control in that neighborhood.
This Hawk is set up. They don't, of
Dire's
course, you know, they don't see
bottom
through the
tower is
smoke.
under
The
attack.
Hawk and the Wolf are both scouting out, see if they can get any information out. The 4 boars as well from Mind Control. GH is holding the ult. He stop canceled it once because they don't see any information on the map, so they know that PlanetOdd is smoked up somewhere right now. And now they are starting to make their way back. GH throws the ult, get some scouting information. They at least get the Dire Courier on the way back. I don't think it actually had anything on it though.
No, it didn't. See at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice bit of cash bounty, of course, as always though, for LIUQID. We are with this build as well. Actually going for the BKB, despite the fact that he's got an Omni on the team. I guess just expecting what the fact that Moon's going to have to prioritize keeping Rezo alive.
Yeah. He needs to have his own sorts of, his own defensive type of capability. Everybody else doing Zeus, they still have 4 staff. Lycan going for the Assault Cuirass, almost finished.
Oh, they're looking for Rezo though, and they found him. Immediate jump in, but there's the response, but it doesn't matter. Kuro with his own response to it, comes in with the Burrow Strike, catches out both of them. That'll be Misery and Rezo hitting the decks.
That was just when the Manta was picked up too. There's no anti-mage for 60. Echo Slam was expended as well. Matu's going in.
He absolutely is. Straight in they go. They've got the Necro units out. They do have fortification,
This
but
should be a
PlanetOdd, they are going to take heavy structural damage here in the middle lane. Tier 3 being focused. PlanetOdd with just the 3 members, what can they do to hold? Even when the Shaker's back, Misery hasn't got the Echo Slam. That'll be the Mirbrats going down almost certainly. They get the jump forward, they'll take down the CM as well. Saxa hitting the decks.
They're going to continue as
They're
well.
looking for more. LIUQID with this huge zoo moving in. There's the buyback from Saxa. Can they really hold this? Matsu's going to have Hal back up in 8 seconds, so this push is going to get even stronger. Looking for the shackle, will find it onto the Zeus here. They should find GH at least, but they're losing a second melee ranks. LIUQID getting the objectives, and by the looks of it, getting out as well.
Kuro's trying to go back in.
Oh, he is, jumps in back with the epicenter and the Burrow Strike, looking for Misery, and he'll get it. Misery down as well for 30 seconds. It's all falling apart by the looks of it for PlanetOdd, as LIUQID, with this draft, with this lineup, playing it absolutely perfectly against an anti-mage lineup.
And now Shrines are available. Roche respawns as well. They're starting to get a big surge of gold at 15k gold lead now going for them. It's looking really hard for PlanetOdd. They're trying to go for Kuro.
They are, but the Linkers was out onto him. Will block the initial shackles. Mind control again. Has the roar. Gets Rezo out of position. Rezo falling low. Does manage to blink off to the side, but the bugs are on him. GA comes down in time. Can they keep Rezo alive? They can't. He's down once again for a full minute. LIUQID finding 22 more. GG is called. Liquid are your Dream League Season 7 champions.
Back
as they
to back.
climb back, yeah, from a 2-0 deficit, 3 wins in a row. Liquid, what a performance, showing us that despite the prevalence of anti-mage here on LAN, there is an answer.
Final casters, it's Odie, Pixel, and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Dakota, and it's very exciting indeed to be here for this grand final matchup. Team Liquid, PLANETODD, and we're at the last day of the last series, and we're still getting new stuff coming through. A bit of an ode to the past with Resolution getting his gyrocopter, but then Matumba Man Viper.
Yeah,
what's going on, Fog?
We've got 2 new heroes in the grand finals, and we have people playing completely different, like, different styles of what they're playing. Like, we have Kuroki playing the bounty. I guess that's similar in a way to the Tusk, kind of. It's not a save or anything, but it's that roaming hero. And yeah, the gyro and the Timbersaw, definitely new pickups. I'm gonna be probably siding a little bit with how what Ben was saying, with about how Liquid have a very strong early game, and I think that they should be able to come out of the lanes really hard. And I have a hard time going against Miracle and Invoker, to be honest.
For sure. And we'll see how it plans out as well. We heard from Moon before the series, the plan being to tilt Miracle. Do they have the heroes to do that? Can they tilt Miracle in the early game? How much can Odd control that mid and make sure that Weehaw gets the lead against Miracle?
They can't really like pressure him too hard, to be honest, as like an Invoker. Like their heroes, the Coddle's gonna be in like the safe lane or in the off lane, more than likely the safe lane in this game. And Sanking, I think Sox is probably gonna do what he did in the last game, and that's why we see, or in the last series that he was playing the Sanking, and that's how we see this ward coming out from Kuroki to watch this. Because Soxa in the games when he was playing Sanking, he helped mid, and then he would stack the hard camp, he'd get Sandstone level 2, and then he'd get his levels and his farm from that. This time around, they're playing just a bounty hunter, so I think the Invokers should be able to get a good amount, especially with the bounty playing around the mid lane, potentially sniping Courier and watching the movement from Sox.
It'll be very interesting to see as well how these two safe laners match up against each other as the game goes on. But meanwhile, top room for the side of Odd. We're seeing if Liquid can get the snipe. Kuroki eyes upon it, doesn't quite get it though. Both teams just picking up their own, 2 for 2 on the bounty runes.
They even tried to go for the fissure with GH to try to secure Kuro.
Yeah, it looked like it was just out of range.
Yeah,
just didn't quite reach the rune spot.
Just shy of it.
Kuroki to start indeed, by the looks of it, looking to hover around that middle lane. Look out for potential courier snipes.
Yep, courier snipes and just watch them, follow Soxa, bother me, block his camps, block his stacks, etc.
And he does want to try and do this early, because once there's a couple of levels on these two, they're going to be hard to harass out. And already Odd making the move onto Miracle, bringing him down very low. Now Kuroki appears, starts to hit into Saxa. Saxa on the way out. Kuroki won't be able to continue to chase. Miracle will have the save cancelled as Wee comes back in for the right click. So the harassment trading begins in this middle lane.
Yeah, they have to keep that harassment going, because Timber, when he gets 3, he can do pretty well. However, Invoker does go for the Alacrity build, so he still does a good chunk of damage and has, of course, good burst and pure damage from the Sunstrike if they do go for some type of gank.
We're going to see Kuroki try and time it here for the Courier snipe. Looks like, yeah, they're playing it safe. The Couriers did start to head out, but they immediately brought it back. Yep. And yeah, Saxa, he is going to play the role of Courier, bringing that regen out towards Weehaw nice and safely.
While also stacking the camp. GH actually gets a fissure block top onto Moon. He's actually forced to TP out. Oh, he actually TPs to his tier 1.
Okay,
so
sticking
he's
around.
still in the area.
He only has a Tango and a branch, but notice that GH hasn't quite got the mana for a Fisher, and especially with the cogs there. So Moon playing on the edge.
Kuroki's sitting behind that tower, waiting for him to go back to base. He's like, GH, force him back. Oh yeah, this could be it. This could be where Kuro gets him. Is Moon gonna stay here though?
Moon is in such a risky position with Kuro on the map. He's got to be careful where he goes. He's turning around. He knows that Kuro is going to be wanting to hunt him down when he is this low. Just maximum efficiency. Moon trying to stick around for as much as he can.
He is got to have a good chunk of HP now. Kuro's not going to be able to kill, bring him down because he ate that. I think he ate one of his branches.
Yeah, he did the branch
tank.
tank.
The extra regen from that.
At the least, Kuro will grab the rune, and Moon heads back to base. Mid lane CS at the moment. Miracle 13 for 3. Weehaw sitting on 12 for 3, so very even between the two of them.
Yeah, we haven't really glanced at bottom lane. My control is doing a really good job. He's farming and he's also pressuring the he's pressuring the gyrocopter and also just messing with Misery's levels and farm in the side. And it's pretty damn hard to kill this Nature's Prophet without a Sanking rotation or anything because they don't have not only the catch but the damage because he can just spawn treants, absorbs the majority of the rocket barrage. Saxa farming up his triple stacked hard camp as we were talking about before the game did start. That's what he's been liking to do. It's being scouted by KuroKy, but he is not in the vicinity to sap that experience, unfortunately for him.
Kuro, of course, still level 1 at the moment on this bounty, yet to really find anywhere to put the impact in. We are relatively low in the mid, but indeed with that build, the 2 points now in the armor and a point in the timber chain, very hard to gank at this stage. As the panel said, you know, this is a really nice pick for WeHa, especially the way that Liquid were drafting, looking to try and punish that mid. That timber pick, it's going to be very hard to do so, as we're seeing. Bottom lane, you see the TP come through from Mind Control, looking to block Misery off here with the Treants. Resolution trying to hold them back, but it's not going to work. Liquid get themselves the first blood. Quickly in and quickly out. Granted towards Mind Control as well. He's going to get a nice bit of a cash boost there, and will continue to do as you say, maintain good control of this bottom lane and keep the pressure up on Rezo. We're seeing that in the CS. He's falling behind on the Jara.
Yeah, he's getting much more than Moon in the off lane. My control is even, and they're pressuring. Yeah. While Viper is complete free farm, because there's no way Clockwork can do anything to a Viper. And this is what the nice thing is about having a safe lane as your Viper, which normally is the mid lane. You just leave him. Now the bounty and the Archers can go do their pressure all over the map. Particularly in that bottom lane, or just follow Sox as well and make sure he doesn't get that early quick look dagger.
Twice the toy. Yeah, KuroKy indeed at the moment, eyes on Saxa. Does have GH neighborhood.
Yeah, he saw Saxa with the... Oh, Moon actually has a DD. He's trying to go for a courier snipe on him.
A little slow on it there. Couldn't quite close the gap. Turns towards the mid lane. See if they can do anything about Miracle. Miracle quickly just turns with the cold snap and the Sunstrike on point. Miracle just takes the kill. Oh my goodness, Moon. Not the play he wanted to do that. I mean, even if he managed to get in, I don't really see how that could have gone well for PLANETODD. Bottom lane. We'll get the kill in return as Misery flies through with the Illuminate to GH, but yeah, not great for them in the middle lane. Feeding a kill to Miracle.
Definitely not the person you want to do it to.
Sit down bottom. Just thinking about giving him a whack on the way out there. Doesn't want to reveal himself.
Kuro sapped a good amount of experience from that. I think it was a triple hard camp that they had stacked as well, that Misery and Saxo was farming, so his levels are okay. Level 2 is not good, of course, right now, but you know, he's a bounty hunter. He's having that invisible pressure all over the map. GH as well is only level 2, so they are suffering a bit on that department of levels under support. But the other lanes are going incredibly well. The cores are farming and pressuring. Mid lane, this could be where they go for Wee. He has the meat wall.
He's pretty deep indeed. They're looking to try and control it with a good Fisher block into the meat ball. WeHa brought down low. He'll try and timber chain himself out, but the cold snap kicks in and there's no escape for WeHa, or is there? He nearly brings them down in return. Oh! The Illuminate from Misery will find 2 kills in return there. Misery says, I'm the mid now. As yeah, he's going to be happy with that. I don't think Misery will be even annoyed that WeHa died there. He'll say that was worth.
That was great play by WeHa there.
He got all his damage out.
He got all the damage out right before he died. He throws the shotgun, throws the whirling death. Everything was perfectly done. That third point in the reactive armor is what allowed him to survive for this long.
Yeah, it really was. And I believe, did he pop the 1 charges as well? He had a fair few within that. Yeah. Also brought him that extra time. Get that final bit of burst with the Chakram. And there we have it. The Pegasus flies in. Woo! Team all up top. There's a gang that ended up going on. You know, the rotation from Sax had joined the rest of them. And they did manage to actually move in with Matuma. That was WeHa coming straight back to life, heading up to the top lane and catching Matuma man off guard. Didn't expect WeHa to go straight to the top on the respawn.
They definitely, yeah. That was a very good move there because Moon's suffering so hard. So being able to kill Viper. Killing Viper in early game is always great, but when your offlaner is level 4 suffering in this type of manner, you have to do something to make sure that his game doesn't get completely shut down.
Solution. Being up on the shrine, Kuro with eyes on him.
Viper is coming in, Mach is trying to go for this. They have a fissure as well.
Good attempt for this. I mean, Kuro is falling low on the response. Rezo goes for the instant TP, but he's not going to make it. GH with a fissure from the sideline. Secures the kill.
Some much needed experience going toward those 2 supports.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Heroes, of course, off the back of that around WeHa in the mid lane. WeHa still standing his ground. Feeling fairly safe, nearly hitting the level 7. Space is there though down on the bottom. Mind Control allowed to put pressure onto this tier 1.
Mid lane, got a big 3v3 coming.
Let's see if they get WeHa again this time. There's the Fissure into the cold snap. Moon is there to try and hold back GH and buy WeHa sometime. Again, the Illuminate flies in onto 2. WeHa still alive for the time being, cutting his way for the tree line. Timber chains up to the high ground. Mind Control TP's in. But WeHa, he's able to continue to ward this one up. A second Illuminate flies in from Misery. They did lose Moon, but now Resolution turns up with the Rocket Barrage. Takes down 1. Sax is there with the Burrow Strike onto the Viper. Matuma man down as well. Miracle trying to turn onto Sax with the Blinding Light. limiting the defense, but they can get out. They will still get the kill. Liquid, they continue to chase, looking for Weehaw. Weehaw still with a fair bit in the tank. Sunstrike off the mark, tried to predict the movement, won't quite catch him.
That was really well played by Wee.
I mean, Moon, he's wanting to go back in, but he's walking into 3 heroes there, and that is not gonna work out. Moon, it feels like Moon needs to calm down a little bit. We've seen him a couple of times already just walk into inevitable death.
Little overzealous.
But overall, the trade, as we see, with that kill on Moon at the end, definitely giving Liquid the edge, but it's close. I mean, I'm loving it already. We're 8 minutes in, lots of action between both of these teams.
Action is where Liquid is going to thrive right now. Because even just looking at the creep score, you see that the Coddle and the Coddle and Sanking have been farming a bit more than the Earthshaker and the Bounty are attached. Because these two heroes, the Earthshaker and Bounty, want to go for kills, and getting those is really important to get the back online.
I mean, Rezo came quite far out. There's no tier 1 here anymore. There's no backup unless he can play his way out. The Shuriken setting up the stun there to find the Sunstrike from Miracle. They'll claim themselves another onto Rezo, keeping this Gyro down as much as they can.
It's cool to point out too. Miracle went for Treads first before going for the Midas, so he wants to be able to. They want to play around him, so he wants to be able to have that extra stats and extra mana to be able to throw out those spells, throw out that damage onto Weehaw in those engagements. Cool little approach coming out from Miracle.
And of course, wanting to find that level 6. Something that certainly could turn these engagements. We've seen him at the moment having to just walk into position.
Yeah.
Needs to have that point of initiation to catch the side of Liquid off guard.
Pretty significant that they take this tier 1 from PlanetODD so early. Because now Kuroki can just park himself bottom, get himself his level 6 nice and early, and Rezo is in a position where it's awkward for him to go places. Because he wants to farm bottom, but it's not really that safe, and he wants to fight, but he went for... Oh, they actually have an empty center going down bottom.
Let's try and take down Kuro. Do they have the detection? Dust is dropped, and Saxa setting up for Rezo to get involved. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Mind Control and Matuma Man pushing in onto the tier 1. GH there behind the tower. Ready to see if he can get a nice Fisher block to set up some action if he sees fit. Moon has hit 6 though. So the Shaker has to be careful. If Moon finds that Shaker on his own, could go for the solo kill, and indeed he can. GH walks up into the hands of Moon. The cogs are down. GH will try and win himself away, but the battery assault's out from Moon, and he'll claim himself the kill. Still has the hook shot. Does he want to try and go for more? That's the question. Matuma Man and Mind Control still in the neighborhood. Moon would need a few pluses to get that kill though, and indeed the TPs won't come in from Odd. They remain down bottom. Rezo getting a bit more farm now with the action that Liquid were drawn towards on the top lane.
Bottom lane, here we go again. They're rotating for Rezo.
That's the kill that they want. They've done it a few times already. Yeah, already 3 deaths on this Gyro. Another would be perfect for Liquid. It's pretty speedy with the phase boots. GH trying to chase him down. In fact, taking a lot of damage here now with the cooldown. GH has to be careful. Fuse Raindrop will block a bit of it. Meanwhile, at the same time, mid lane, Moon came in with the hook shot, managed to set up for a kill onto Miracle. So Rezo will survive. Kuro still had eyes on him, but Saxa comes around, so Liquid are put off from chasing any further.
Yeah, really significant that Resolution's carrying not only Tango still, but also bought a Quelling Blade early. Playing versus Nature's Prophet and Gyrocopter. Or as the majority of carries, you want to have that Quelling to get out of the Sprout.
Look at this mid. Moon has an Invis room. Wants to try and cut off GH somehow. GH up towards the shrine.
I think he just walked actually in vision of the tower because they just pinged him.
I don't think GH got the memo though. Or maybe he did. There is TPs coming in. They're looking to potentially turn this one, but GH is going to get bursted pretty quickly with the chakram upon him. GH goes down. Illuminate flies in. Misery secures the kill. Burrow strike from Saxa. Looking towards Matuma Man, but Kuroki's there along with Miracle. Throws out the Shuriken. Takes down the Keeper of the Light. Mass TPs as Odd trying to escape, but Saxa's not going to make it. The damage is too much. The Nature's Wrath flies through from Mind Control. And Liquid will take the 2 kills. I think it was exactly as you said, Fog. They must have seen it. They knew that PlanetODD were going to go for that sort of play, and they were quick to react.
I saw Miracle, like, he walked by and Miracle started pinging behind the tower, so it looked like he got a slight glimpse of him. He may have walked in the tower for a small second. So it was 1 track kill, now going for Kuro, just before he picked up, right? Just when he picked up his level 6. GH still though, very shut down, and Moon just gets decimated in the mid lane from a Sunstrike.
And off the back of that kill, Liquid able to put a fair bit of pressure onto this middle tier 1. We are, with the TP across, looking to hold on to these towers. Doesn't want Liquid to get any freebies in the mid lane at all.
Liquid has much better tower push and objective taking. The Gyro hitting the towers for PlanetODD, while Liquid has not only Viper and Invoker, but they also have the Nature's Prophet.
I mean, I guess that's the thing, really. When you look at it, well, Liquid, they've got great push, but PlanetODD, they've got great D-push. With the Illuminate, with the spam from the Timbersaw, they've got a lot of ways to clear out the waves themselves.
Yeah. That's the beauty of having the bounty hunter, though, right? Because you can actually get the vision of where the Coddle's positioned behind the tower. Bottom lane looking to continue this aggression onto Rezo.
Yeah, Rezo needs backup and he needs it quick. He has got Saxo in the neighborhood, but there's 3 members of Liquid surrounding him. Viper strikes out, the Sun Strike again on point. Rezo's down. Saxo comes in with the epicenter, does manage to bring down the Nature's Prophet with him. But Kuro and Matumba will end up finishing up, and that's more track kills for the side of Liquid.
Cool build. Interesting. Mind control was for Bale, first item.
I mean, I guess, yeah, a lot of magic damage coming out from the rest of the team.
Really good stats for the hero,
yeah.
for the right click as well.
The nuke from the ultimate is nothing to laugh at. Well, mid lane, Moon does find the hook shot onto Miracle. Miracle turning, trying to get the combo off, but Miracle down. Maybe able to set up for the killing return onto Moon. Echo snap for the sidelines. GH gets the Echoes out of there, and will bring down the clock. Still in the mid, we are playing around Kuro. Has Misery there as well. Jumps forward, gets the double. Now looking towards GH, but Mind Control TP's in, blocks on Misery. Misery with the blinding light, trying to get himself away from the Nature's Prophet. Weehaw still playing around under the tower. The reactive armor stacks building up. He's feeling pretty invincible at the moment. GH does fall low, but now Matumba Man's come in as well as Mind Control. They've got to get himself out. Well, Weehaw goes back in. Timber chains across, picks up the triple. This man just isn't dying. They're trying to poke and prod at him. They'll throw down the veil on him, but it's just not enough damage. Weehaw able to get himself back out to safety after picking up a triple right underneath the noses of Liquid.
No fear.
Beautiful play indeed, and that's going to put him well on the way towards that Bloodstone. Finders, keepers.
They're doing a good job, though, of keeping Rezo very shut down in this game. They're non-stop running at him, and they went for double minus as well. Miracle and Matsu both have that sort of stuff. So their scaling is going to be very good, and like we said, they do have a pretty damn strong early game lineup.
Yes.
Misery's farm is also quite significant in this game. 4,000 net worth. He's tied with Rezo. Just like that double kill that he got, and then him stacking and getting a couple good illuminates off in the fights. He's halfway towards that Aghanim's.
Oh, look at this. Misery just waltzes up, pops the dust, spots out Kuro. Do they have any sort of TP cancel? They don't. So Kuro quickly gets himself out of there, back to safety.
Uproot you.
Jungle with some of that. PLANETODD side of the map. He is trying to go in towards the mid, desperately trying to find that farm for the Blink Dagger. 860 gold on him at the moment. A lot of attention from Odd on this middle lane. Ooh, top. Saxa tries to TP out, but the cold snap's there from Miracle. And Miracle grabs himself the solo kill.
They were contesting a hard camp stack. Saxa didn't know Miracle was there. Miracle just dropped a meatball, and then he tried to TP and yeah, got cold snap. Miracle building toward that 4-staff, very needed versus the clock.
Look at this. Is he just going to be able to pick this kill up for free? I mean, GH will hold him back with the Enchant Totem, but the Timber Chain forward. PLANETODD, they get the kill. Hookshot comes in from Moon, trapping up the Matumba Man. We are going to be able to take down a second there, as again, this mid lane is just an absolute dream for PLANETODD. Oh no! Oh, he nearly Timber Chained into the Sunstrike. That would have been pretty awful. He would have felt pretty bad then. But